All right, hello and welcome everybody to our UGASports Watch Along Show. I'm Dayne Young from UGAsports.com. This is Radi Nabulsi from UGAsports.com. We are not College Football Hall of Famers, but Jim Donnan is. Former UGA head coach Jim Donnan. Radi, what you drinking?
I'm knocking back the strawberry version of the Bud Light Seltzer. I've got mango over here, pineapple, black cherry, all of them. Because our friends at Leon Farmer have set us up with as many Bud Light Seltzers as we can drink. Well, as many as I can drink. I don't know about how many we're going to get to Dayne. And our friends at Athens Ford. That's the reason I got over here. I drove my certified pre-owned Athens Ford on the way over here. So those are our two sponsors for the show. So do us a favor, and if you need something to drink, hit up a Bud Light sponsor. You can get the classic pack or the remix. They're 100 calories a can, 5% alcohol by volume, less than 1 gram of sugar, so they are fantastic. Coach, number 2 versus number 3, they're about to kick off. The questions that we've heard all week long have been, who's, number 1 offense, number 1 defense. But right now, I don't want to know what's going on with Monty Rice because Georgia has the number 1 defense, and all I've seen all week long are Monty Rice rumors. What's going on?
A lot of things emanate around this town, and if a young man has an injury, if he has a cast on his hand or bandage around his head, there's always
Band-Aid.
That's always a cause for concern. But the protective boot is just used for a young man or a young lady to take the pressure off the foot. And from all I can understand, talking to the people I know, that is more of a situation, just being very careful with him. But I fully intend for him to play tonight, based on what I've heard.
So all the again, these are just Twitter rumors that have been out there that he's not going to be able to play.
Well, you can throw it up against the wall, but throw it against the wall for me. I think he's going to play.
Okay.
And I have no reason to. I have no inside person that's telling me anything, but based on his injury, he could play, and they were doing a good job of protecting him. So I know that our own Anthony Dasher said he warmed up out there. So unless he decided to put the boot back on during after warm-up. So, people want to get stories and they do the stuff, and I respect that. But I don't think it's fair to the player or the team to speculate about a guy's injury unless the head coach talks about it.
But you have a situation where you put a guy in a boot, and a lot of times that is precautionary. We've seen that a lot. You see a guy on a Tuesday or Wednesday, he's on campus going to econ, or home ec or physics or whatever, and he's wearing a boot, or he's got his arm in a sling, and that's just to take the pressure off of it. Don't forget that there are multiple treatment sessions that happen each day, not just each. You can get multiple treatments per day, rest, therapeutic stuff like that. So if a guy's kind of dinged up, you say, okay, we're going to wrap this, we're going to do this, we're going to stretch it, then we're going to put it on ice, or we're going to put it in a boot, or we're going to put it in a sling and let it go.
We'll see here what happens, but there's a lot of other things we got to talk about
let's move
before
on
the
to,
game. So I just feel like this game here boils down to a lot of good athletes going against each other, and you can talk about turnovers, you can talk about penalties, you can talk about who's going to play best at quarterback, but it basically gets down to being able to stop the run on first down for both teams and get the other team into second and third and long. And the next thing is not giving up any just really junk plays on the special teams, because I guarantee you both teams got dynamite return guys and a lot of good athletes blocking. So looks like Monty's boot. What happened to that boot?
Where was his boot? Oh, yeah, he can't run at all.
Well, if there's any way he can play, here's a young man that's from Alabama. He missed the game over there 2 years ago because of an injury. I know he wants to play against these guys if there's any way he can play. But getting back to some of the things about the game, I feel like that sometimes our offense gets a little bit of short change here. And I think we've been laying in the weeds with a few things. I really do. I think we got some good stuff formationally that I've seen Georgia use. In the spring before they started practice, and I haven't been over there since, but I think we got some good formations, and I think we've got some ways to hide George around and move him around. And I know people are tired of me talking about it, but Dalvin Cook's going to be resting up there in Minnesota so he can watch James light it up tonight. He can definitely hurt these guys out of the backfield. And the one saving grace I have I don't like to compare scores, but seeing the way Arkansas stifled, and they got the interceptions that help them, but the way they stifled Ole Miss today, and everybody getting on our butt about what we did against Arkansas, I feel good about we're going to be able to move the ball on this football team tonight.
That's big. Dane, your thoughts?
I just think this is big boy football. This is why you play in the SEC. I do think that these teams are likely to meet a second time and potentially a third. So get to know each other. And they already do. I mean, these guys come up in the camps together. They get recruited together. Everybody at Georgia was recruited at Alabama and vice versa.
Yeah. I noticed that Alabama has that great light show. I wonder where they stole those lights from or that idea. I'm trying to get my Alabama hate mail up real early there.
Yeah,
I want to mention somebody else who is going to be in the game that there were rumors running about earlier on. A lot of people were thinking that Nolan Smith wasn't going to play, and I can tell you for a fact, Nolan Smith. People were worried about him. There were all sorts of rumors running about Nolan. Nolan was basically telling guys that you would take a team of wild horses to keep him out of this game. He definitely wants to be out there.
Yeah.
And, of course, the story that everyone talked about ad nauseum was Nick Saban not being on the sideline. I posted Thursday, so when does the false positive test come out? And sure enough, we found out that his positive COVID test was a false positive.
I don't really think, though, that this was any kind of hijinks by them. They're just they got the money to test outside the SEC, and that's what they did. And they got a false positive with that group. Yeah. And then he did what he was supposed to do, and more power to him. But, if he got tested by the SEC and he got 3 negatives in a row, he deserves to be out there.
Absolutely, and that's what you want. I mean, we don't want anyone to be sick. We don't want anyone to get this, and you don't want to win this game with him not on the sideline. If you lose this game, he needs to be on the sideline. It behooves no one for him not to be over there. Now, it would be advantageous to Georgia if, the general, the commandant, I put this in my 3-2-1, if he weren't there, it would discombobulate them. No question about it whatsoever. But then, even if you beat them, it would be like, well, Saban wasn't there. You never hear the end of it. You would not have exactly climbed the mountain. Georgia needs to win this game with him on the sideline, because if you ever want that national title, you're going to have to go through Alabama. You're going to have to go through Clemson. You're going to have to go through Ohio State. And you can't do it with them, half-assed, without a coach out there.
Yeah, that's a good point, but I don't think there was any hanky-panky.
No, I don't think so either. I'm just saying that that was the talking point. That's all anybody wanted to talk about for days and days, and then
pretty huge point, though. I mean,
but again, I told people on Thursday I expected him to be on the sideline. It was not a shock to me whatsoever. So I thought
Is that because you just felt like Alabama was going to pull it off, or you just felt like it was a false positive?
I felt like it was a false positive.
All right.
So and UGA felt the same way. They fully expected him. They did not spend any time practicing what they would do to take advantage of Nick Saban not being on the sideline. Any types of formations they could do.
What could you do though?
I don't know. I'm just saying it wasn't. They're like, hey, well, Nick won't be there, so let's try to trick him with this. No, it was. They practiced and prepared as if Nick Saban were going to be on the sideline all week long, and sure enough, that's what happened. Just like you did, Coach. You would prepare for the worst and hope for the best.
But I think Kirby actually coaches more during the game than Nick does as far as delegating. I think Kirby's in on a lot more than of the play calls than what Nick is. We'll see there. But it looks like Alabama, Georgia won the toss and deferred, and we got a chance right away to see this high-powered offense and what they're going to try to do to us. One thing we need to watch is how much they throw the ball over the middle behind our linebackers.
We're kicked off.
Not a very good kick.
That's not what we want to see.
Caught at the 2-yard line.
We're blocking the back there right off the bat.
And Jalen Waddle gets pulled out about the 24.
Well, we get 1 yard out of it.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we'll see out of Alabama, just setting the tone here, is they run a lot of tight formations to try to tight bunches, bunched up tight ends to try to get you thinking run and then throw in behind your linebackers. So whether we can substitute here, right now we got a regular package in the game.
How do you see that so fast? Ball snapped. Roll out. Oh,
There's a chance for one.
they got it.
Richard LeCount got to it. Is it an interception?
Heck yeah. I mean,
Oh, and Miller Forrestall's down, the star tight end for Tennessee. I mean, for Tennessee, for
just
Alabama.
really good pressure there by the Dogs.
That was.
That ball was knocked up in the air.
Yeah.
I hate this for this kid, but
No, and look at your senior leader. First play of the game.
about 13 coming in there.
Oh, my goodness.
And 11. Hey, Jeremy, how about Johnson?
Jeremy Johnson is
Jermaine.
Jermaine.
I don't
Jermaine.
know if that's going to be a catch.
That's what I was saying. I didn't know if he had trapped it at the ground below, but great pressure.
Oh, that's going to be very questionable.
As they're reviewing this, I want to remind you, if you're watching, that we are a second screen experience. So we're going to call out the time cues so you can sync up your TV with this feed. You should have us on your phone or your iPad, tablet, whatever, your laptop, and you can hear our commentary rather than CBS.
So if you're watching on YouTube TV, pause it. You know, if you're watching on DirecTV, whatever you're on, just hopefully you have a DVR and you can just hit the pause button and pause it try 10 seconds and see if we're caught up, then try another 10 seconds or so. Sometimes we're about 14 seconds, 19 seconds. On some of you, though, who are getting a relay, we're about 35 seconds behind. So,
I mean, Coach, you got to love that pressure that you see so early on.
Yeah, I mean, we just got good inside pressure from Aziz and then outside pressure from our outside guy, Johnson.
I mentioned in my 3-2-1, I expect to see it happen. Some holding on Aziz Ojulari. They will hold him. The question will be if it's called or not.
Right.
And I don't think that's not to say that Jamari Sawyer and Warren McClendon are going to be pure as a driven snow, but you got two really tough guys in Adam Anderson and Aziz Ojulari, and we saw in that one Jermaine Johnson can get around the corner, Nolan Smith can get it there. There's a lot of guys that can put pressure on this quarterback, and that could be. You got to hope that the refs are watching.
As much as they're going back here, it looks like they're going to overturn this.
No.
All right, I just added the scoreboard to the bottom of our screen. That is a live update from the internet, but it may be a little bit behind what we're seeing as well. The score will most typically be accurate, but that clock may not quite be accurate. So listen to our time cues. Right now we're at 14:46 in the first quarter. We're awaiting this review to see if Richard LeCount indeed had an interception. On the field, it was called as such. So is there enough evidence to overturn it? We'll see.
Sure, taking a long
It's
time.
taking forever. I said the rest would be.
Stands Georgia football.
Wow, huge.
Let's go with it right here.
Early momentum.
Sudden change.
Now, not
Look
so,
at his stats here. How many picks has he thrown this year? That wasn't necessarily his fault, but has he had how many picks? I don't think he's had any, has he? He might have had one last week.
I just think that is gigantic for your senior leader, Richard LeCount, who decided to come back. He could have gone early to the NFL to come in and get that, again, the no-name defense. You have one guy hitting them and one guy making the interception and give your team great field possession. Stetson Bennett.
Yeah, I think we've lost that no name now that we're ranked number one in the country, though.
No, it's just there's not one guy that you can point to. They all play really well together.
14:45, 14:44. Completed pass.
To Trey McKitty.
We're going to work these linebackers. You watch it. I mean, you see the fake.
Mm-hmm.
McKinney's going to be huge. So is Cook.
Coach, to answer your question, Richard LeCount had 2 interceptions against Arkansas.
I know he does. I'm talking about the quarterback.
Oh, my fault, Mac.
Hey, anything.
I could have answered that one. No, that looks like Demetrius, or no, it's Kyrus Jackson.
Penalty.
Wow. What's with the holding there?
I like going over the top on Surtain there. I might be one of the first
14-15 on the clock.
balls he's ever dropped.
Yeah, he does not drop a lot. But
We got Kenny Mack in there.
Kenny Mack and McKinney.
14-15 first quarter. 7 on the play clock.
Bad
14-14.
snap.
Oh, my goodness. Intercepted right back?
I didn't see what happened to that football.
Like it was tipped.
We would have tipped and they.
Well, that's huge right there. You got 3.
Wow.
Bad snap. Oh,
Man, you just. See, that's when you're paying for. Wow. The big monster bear paw up there.
we should give us a replay of that first play to Pickens. I thought we had it.
Yeah.
All right, so Alabama gets the ball back. 2 interceptions to start the game in less than a minute.
Hey, CBS, here's your fireworks that you were looking for.
Neither one of them were really the quarterback's fault.
No, you're right. See Big Julian Rochester
So we
in
can
there.
forget about talking about turnovers in this game.
13-52, 13-51, 13-50.
It's like Forrestall's leaving. That's a big injury there.
Nah, you hate to see that. That's a good kid. Oh, it brought somebody right up the middle there. Oh, my goodness.
That's one thing that they will do a really good job of all night is throwing these quick screens to take away our pressure here. We're coming with a lot of heat, but now we're one-on-one and got overran the play with Nakobe.
Dean. Wow.
Worked on the safety there with the middle guy.
I mean, we talked about this Alabama offense and how explosive it is. That 2 plays, end zone.
Yep.
3 plays. Ran a ball on
They ran
first
the ball.
down.
Yeah.
But right there, they worked on Scene. Look at Scene over the top there.
Yep.
He's got that guy on the corner blitz. We
Yeah.
brought a guy off the boundary. He's sitting there watching the guy instead of getting on his outside. Did
Yeah.
you see the corner blitz?
Yeah. Saw the corner come in right off the bat. Mac Jones saw it too. Knew his guy was going to be out there. Watched his guy the whole way. Put it on the money.
Well-coached team.
Yeah, and give Mac Jones credit for that. We put in our 3-2-1 that guy is hitting when his receivers are open. He's hitting about 89%.
69.
69 when guys are. He's completing 69% of those passes, throwing it like 89% when they're open or something. I have to go back and look at it. There's the stats I got from Brent Rollins, who should we should have
Well,
Brent Rollins.
Brent
here.
gave us 69% of them guys open and
Yeah.
80% on all his passes, which is pretty good. But right there, you're taking a chance playing man coverage, and they make you hurt if you don't get to the quarterback.
So that's a Dan Lanning call to go get him.
I mean,
Nothing against it. I mean, I thought you got to
Corner-
get after him.
corner pressure, you're really taking a chance there if you don't get to him. And the technique that Scene played there, you can't be disguising. You got to get over there, man. You
Yeah.
can't wait. And
Was he waiting for maybe something else to come towards the middle of the field?
no, I'm just saying he's trying to. If he starts moving over there too quickly,
Yeah.
it gives away that the corner's coming.
Okay.
So once the
Gotcha.
ball snap, you got to get over there and cover the guy.
So Scene's he doesn't want to drift too early that way. When
Right.
the ball snapped, he has to take off
Right.
to catch him
Yeah.
because your corner is flying
Yeah,
in.
you're better off not worrying about the skies and trying to execute your assignment because
Yeah.
and we've got good pressure all year, but I'm telling you now, this guy's well coached. He knows.
Well, we saw this last week against Tennessee when Georgia was pressing on the line and they were basically playing up. Not that was a press. I mean, it's a completely different situation. But there were times where you just had that a bad coverage, a bad angle on the coverage. And sometimes you had a good one, but there were a couple times guys got turned around and
Had 2 perfect throws for
two
him.
perfect throws that gave Tennessee 2 quick touchdowns. So you can bounce back from that, but it's exactly what you're talking about. And last week Georgia adjusted and they stopped playing so much press, But I like Lanning going after him though.
That was not. That was definitely just man coverage there, no press. But
Oh no, that's what I'm saying.
what we got to do here is settle down a little bit. We've called 3 pass plays here, and all of them were good ones. We had the crossing route there. But this guy right here is really taking the pressure off Smith and Waddle. I like it when the guy kicks off
right out of bounds. We'll take that.
We got the ball on the 35 here. Let's get to work. Get the running game going a little bit.
Coach, a lot of people in the chat are talking about Trey Hill and his bad snap to start the game last week and then the low snap here. What do you do to get that repetition with your center? He's an experienced guy, so he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's a little bit nervous maybe, and it looked like that one there just kind of grabbed the ground a little bit. He just didn't really release it. And the one last week, he picked it up too high, but
all right,
definitely disconcerting to your quarterback when you get bad snaps.
Yeah.
13-16 in the first quarter. We'll tell you when Stetson Bennett takes the snap.
Well, he has to pay attention, No peripheral vision. He's got to watch that ball come.
To Jermaine Burton out wide. There's a flag on the play.
I think they're going to Kyrus Jackson for holding. They're showing us
Todd Monken was a lefty.
See, I don't like him anymore.
Radi, you called it, holding on Kyrus Jackson.
Well, when you see Kyrus, the flag hit, and he starts pleading his case, it's like, dude, you admitted it right off the bat.
He's grabbing his jersey.
Yeah.
Boy, I tell you what.
We mentioned this in the 3-2-1. Georgia cannot have penalties. You can't have those 10 penalty games. You can't make it harder on your offense, and you can't give their that fantastic offense that Alabama has any freebies. So
12:58, 12:57, 12:56. First quarter, it's 1st and 20. 12:54, 12:53.
Georgia's right back to Kyrus, so. What do you think of that play call, Coach? There, I like that little toss.
Yeah, I mean it's just like a sweep, but you're getting out there quick. Everybody calls it jet sweep or rocket sweep, but here's a chance if they play man under. Watch Cook coming out of the backfield over the middle here. Number 4 for us could be a little angle route on this backer.
What were you saying there, Coach?
Still going to be 3rd and long for Georgia. 12:09 in the first quarter.
I like the play though because you got half of it now. It's not like 3rd and 16. This is still. Again, Cook. They're in their dime package. This guy right on the top of him is playing in man coverage, and he could go right over the middle.
There it is. Oh, my goodness.
Stetson lost his footing, falls down. Georgia's going to have to punt.
Good coverage by Bama there. They bracketed everybody and got good pressure, too. And just to eat the ball here. Watch them bracket.
So they're...
When you say bracket, explain that for me.
Well, the corner and the safety are bracketing the outside guy, and then on both sides, and then the backers are playing man on the back and the tight end. This scares me here with the Waddle returning. I mean, we haven't had to cover many kicks, but this is going to be a long kick, and that's perfect. That's perfect.
Well done.
Jake got his foot into that one. Great hang time there.
Yeah, if you can get that kind of net punt. So, where did he punt that one from?
I'll tell you in just a second.
We've played 2 series now and haven't attempted to run the ball. Maybe it was the plan of it, but we're not a pass-first team. But maybe that was try to loosen them up a little bit. But
what have you seen from pass protection so far in those opportunities, Coach?
I think it's been pretty decent. But 3rd and 9, you're not going to get great pass protection. I don't care who you are. It's been okay. But Just bad luck there. Have that field position and knock the ball down.
Right.
Both quarterbacks had an interception early on tip passes.
Georgia putting back from their 35. Alabama will start on their 23.
42-yard punt or what? We punted from our 35?
35. So
15 and 27, 42.
That penalty set you so far back. First and
did.
20 against athletes like Alabama has.
Yeah.
And that's just a lot to ask.
First down's big in this game, that's true.
The 4 teams that have beaten Alabama in the last 3 seasons, they average 4 penalties per game.
yeah.
They also won the turnover battle. So I know that's common for football games, win the turnover battle and don't commit penalties. But that's what you have to do to win a big game.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we've started out with great
I'm
field
sorry.
position both series, but you know
Georgia actually punted from their 22, Coach. My apologies.
All right, so it's 28 and 17, 40,
28 and 27.
55.
Yeah.
You get a
I'm sorry,
55
Georgia,
yard
yeah,
net
'cause
punt, you'll take that.
Right. Georgia started on the 35 with that kick out of bounds, and then with the penalties, backing them up and then not getting anywhere.
This is going to be interesting the rest of the night. How much Bama runs what we call 2x2 Dixie or dual, 4 wide receivers because their tight ends out,
Yeah.
and that's what they're in right now. They're in 2x2 on the hash mark, 2 slot receivers to the field, 2 into the boundary.
So now, how do you counter? Nickel or dime package?
Oh,
right
man.
at the gut.
Easy 16-yard gain for Najee Harris.
Kind of changes your game plan a little bit because you expect their 11 personnel with Forstall in there, but now they take a extra receiver come in there 19 and he wham blocked.
10:43, 10:42, 10:41, 10:40, first quarter.
Double move. That's
Wow.
why you get your hands up there a lot.
Azeez Ojulari. Good game from him so far.
Here's another thing that Alabama does that people can watch is they'll line up their back in a slot and then bring him back inside to try to get you make a defensive check,
I see.
and that's not really one of Najee Harris's best deals being a wide receiver, but he's great everything else. But he can catch the ball out of the backfield with anybody.
I'm telling you that.
Good cut. You got to make that tackle, see?
He got a helmet.
All right, let's go. Here's where we got to see what we do.
Yeah.
We're going to find out what Bama thinks about our rush right here, what kind of formation they run. I would expect the first time that they come out that they'll have some kind of tight slot on both sides just to worry about our protection a little bit, protecting us, but maybe they won't.
You bringing Adam Anderson here and Jermaine Johnson?
Yeah, it's a fairly tight slot in the boundary, but it's still another tight end. I don't know who the guy is, but
10:05,
We're
10:04.
pressure.
Who's with him? A little hold there. Wow. Really bad hold.
all right,
Great tackle, Tyreek
get him off the
Stevenson.
field. That's the way to go. They run the under route with the outside guy, and they're really running a screen here where the back comes in and blocks.
Yeah.
We missed the tackle there, but
Yeah.
good job by Stevenson finally making it.
Yeah, Tariq
That's a
hanging
play
on for
that
dear
Oklahoma
life.
hurt us on a couple years ago in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
But great series for Dogs. Make them punt. We got the safe return on here.
Monolithic Dog says he may not have enough alcohol in the house for this game.
Well, he can go get some.
You can probably have some delivered to you.
Yeah.
Short punt. Good catch.
Oh, if Monolithic doesn't have it, he can grab some of these Bud Light seltzers. I got the strawberry right now. It's very, very good.
Not many teams stop Alabama's offense the way Georgia just did, especially after that big first down run. That was pretty impressive, guys.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I think Georgia get their confidence up a little bit. We just got to, from a defensive perspective, offense got to, get out there and make something happen here now. We haven't, time of possession, we've had the ball about a minute.
Yeah, so your first series, you had the ball 38 seconds. Your second series, you had 2 minutes and 9 seconds. So
we did 2 minutes then?
2 minutes. But you didn't run that many plays.
Well, we run 8 plays so far?
6. So you had 3 in that first series before the interception because it was third down when the ball was intercepted, and then 3 plays on the second series, which went for negative 13 yards, thanks to the penalty back there. So, by contrast, Alabama has run has run 7 plays. First one was interception, then they had 3 plays for a touchdown, then 4 plays for a punt. So,
yeah, plenty of time left here. Let's get going.
I think you want to see some energy from your offense. I also wouldn't mind seeing Stetson Bennett, when he does pass, to kind of move his feet, get out of the pocket a little bit, because he tends to thrive when he's on the move and stressing the defense that way. Plus, historically, Alabama defenses are tested more when there's a quarterback that has some element of mobility.
look at that first roll-up that he did. When we hit Trey McKitty, that was, I think, 9 yards, or 10 yards. It was an automatic his first down. And then they were looking at 1st and 10, and they went to George Pickens, with Surtain hanging on him. So
now that works best when Alabama is trying to load up the box to stop the run, but that means the run would have had to have been established at some point. And I think that's what Coach was talking about earlier, is try to get the run game on track here.
Yeah. Well, at least get them thinking about it a little bit, but I do think we got some areas to attack them. We got to remember there's starting safeties out the whole first half battle.
It would be a good idea to attack them now.
All right, Georgia's about to break the huddle. There's 9:09 in the first quarter. It's 1st and 10.
We're coming out in our 12 personnel. We got 2 tight ends. There's a wing into the boundary here. Could run a quick toss into the boundary here.
Same offensive line.
So that's what we ran. We didn't block the backside.
Again with the backside miss there.
Good play there by Young.
Yep.
Got to cut him off, boys.
Stephen Bradley says he can't listen to Gary Danielson. Well, we're here for you.
I appreciate it, my friend.
Gary's a nice guy, though. 8:40 in the first quarter, 8:39, 8:38, 8:37. Sync it up with your TV.
There you go.
Ow. Jameer White with a heck of a...
really good hole there. Watch our left side. Pull the guard.
Pulling guard and pulling tackle.
Yeah, Jamari Sawyer got 2 guys there.
Yeah, and then Big Ben Cleveland and Warren McClendon can pull into the far side there and sealed off that edge really well. They didn't seal the edge. I mean, they...
Middle of the field.
Another batted pass. Seems like that's something that, defensive linemen are always trained to try to get their hands in the air, but it seems like that's especially the case so far early, Coach.
So, and I'm sure people are going to say that if he was 3 inches taller, he'd be able to make that throw, but no, that had nothing to do with it.
Second and 10, there's 8:03.
That's an interesting formation.
Yeah. My son-in-law out in Oklahoma, Greg Johnson's out there on the patio watching the game and listening to us. So, Boomer Sooner and go Dogs.
Appreciate that.
Clint Colson is entourage partner.
All right, Georgia's got 3rd and 7. We're at 7:40 in the first quarter, 7:39, 7:38.
We got the same kind of formation that they ran, but with our tight ends in the slot here. This is a 2-by-2. Puts a lot of pressure on your coverage, on your pass protection, but a lot of times your quarterback can scramble against this stuff.
Oh, wow. That was a heck of a jump there by your boy Kyrus Jackson. He laid his body out.
He had Jermaine Burton underneath, but he was kind of releasing the ball when Burton came open.
Watch this, just laid out, lands flat on his back. Ugh. But again, Kyrus is tough.
Little push there.
Yeah.
All right, flipping field positions, just vital here.
Yeah.
Punts in the air.
Thunderfoot. Oh, me. Hold on to him.
There's a flag down, so this should be a
There's a
block.
block in the back, so.
You see Camarda get in his face?
Jake Camarda's going to talk some smack. I love it.
Basically, out kick your coverage here, but blocking the back.
Well, that was the one I was looking at, was the one that hit Channing Tindall.
They're going to start on about the 5.
Well, considering Georgia started on their own 16 and got to the 30, that so they were punting from their own 30, coach, and now you're going to move Alabama deep in their own territory. That is, to Dayne's point about flipping the field, at least make them drive the field against your top defense. But again, so Georgia's had three drives, 3 plays, and 5 plays.
Coach, what are you seeing offensively from Georgia, maybe opportunities that are there? Because we saw Zamir White break a first down run. We've seen a couple passes. There was a bit more rhythm on that drive. What would you do if you're in that spot? What would you do to kind of get that rhythm and get more first downs?
Just continue with your game plan. I mean, it's very early. I mean, what was it, 9 minutes ago, 8 minutes ago in the first quarter?
7 in the first.
Just we've made 2 first downs, but just we haven't established anything throwing the ball yet. That's we had one completion, that looked good. The other has been behind the lines. Got to attack the middle of the field on these guys, but the problem is when they're batting the ball down. So maybe you got to start rolling out. I'm looking for us to really do some things with Pickens on formation.
They went to Pickens once, and
I'm just talking about where he's not lined up on it.
No, I'm saying that they just haven't. The question is going to be, why haven't they gone to Pickens more and more? I'm like, they've run 11 plays. It's just you got to get those first downs.
Yeah. At this point, I mean, I think both of you got good questions, but I mean, really, it's hard to question what we're doing. We got a plan going in, I'm sure, and that's what they're going to stick with. We'll find more about it, but I don't think there's any reason to do anything but what you think. But
no,
Cook, Cook made a good little run after he caught it, but this is where you make your money right here on defense. If you can hold them, keep them backed up here, and get another good field position. I thought that was a good series from the standpoint we started on a 15, at least made a first down, and we flipped the field.
You had 5 plays, and now they're starting on their 7. So that is a true flipping of the field there, because you could have gone 3 and out, and they'd be starting from their 45. And there's Nolan Smith in pursuit.
Boy, I tell you what, you can't miss a tackle like that.
No, you
Richard
cannot.
To make that tackle.
Yep.
One thing we know from Brent Rollins, our esteemed colleague, Najee Harris leads the league in people making a miss. So we've only missed 3 tackles this year on run defense. That was the 4th one.
Yeah.
There's the 5th one right there, just cutting back on us. Big line. They got a big line, Leatherwood, Neal.
I'll tell you, I don't think people realize how good Alex Leatherwood is. That is a high draft pick, folks. That left tackle is an absolute monster.
We'll better do some research on 88 and see what kind of tight end he is, how he's rated, I wonder.
Oh, he's in the wrong
He doesn't
spot.
know where to line up, that's
No.
for sure. They're going off right tackle. Our right side.
Well, there's nobody out there.
In the first down, Alabama. These guys can move the ball now.
That's a good formation they just used there. They leveraged us here. Watch us leverage here. Big old tackle got on Nolan.
Yeah. That's Alex Leatherwood. When he grabs a hold of Nolan, there's not a whole lot Nolan can do there.
Another good job getting it off your goal line. This is where they could fake it and throw it into one of the slant routes.
5:31, 5:30
There's
first
the
quarter.
fake that you're talking about. No, he wants to go deep. Oh,
He was open. Jalen Waddle was open. There's 5:25 left in the first.
now that is a gift to your defense because you really
So on self-pick there,
Yeah.
they stacked those guys and we ran into each other. You got to hope they missed some of those because that was
Yeah.
there. Here
Hey,
comes
look here.
Forrestall back.
2nd and 10 for Alabama. That's what it
there you go. The defense gets in there and Quay Walker cuts through and does what he's supposed to do.
Quay's a good player.
Yep.
I don't know how much. I haven't even looked to see if Monty's been in there any, but
I don't know. Quay is so fast. I really like him in the game right now.
it's hard to see what's going on when they don't give you the all 22 here.
4:47 in the first. 4:46, 4:45.
3rd and 7.
Not there.
Very good pressure there. We did what we call sugar with our linebackers and walked them up and then bailed them at the last second and then brought the nickel guy. Watch this right here. Nickel guy gets some pressure in there. Look at 3. Good job in there,
Campbell.
who was lined up in the slot there. But they drew the blocks with the linebackers by stepping up, and then that opened it up.
Let's see what Kyrus Jackson can do here. Oh. Punt.
That's
No.
what you want. The kicking game's got to help us here now. I mean,
It did
we
right
can't
there.
ask for much more here. Let's
So
get out there.
you're on your 15. You punt them back to their 7. Now you get the ball in the 42.
Yep, that's good. We got to get some kind of. I mean, I'm not telling anybody what they don't know, but we got to get a little bit of confidence offensively
Yeah.
because right now it's like grasping a little bit. What's going to go? And I think we're giving Alabama too much credit. Let's just run our stuff and don't try to do anything but our best stuff here. We're coming out with regular personnel as far as tight end and 3 wides here.
4:23.
There you go. It's a good run.
Kenny McIntosh. I'd give that kid the ball till his legs fell off.
All right, so Georgia's got 2nd down. It's the first quarter. 4:08, 4:07.
Little
Quick snap.
tempo here.
Yeah.
First down.
I told you, just keep feeding him.
I like that tempo, Coach.
Going to run another one on them.
Yeah.
See if they can get lined up. Good job there, Fitzgerald.
Yeah, I was going to say Fitzpatrick with a hell of a block there.
There's a pass over the top.
Yeah.
No,
Didn't come
he
down
dropped
with it.
I like the aggressive call. I really do.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you're running well, but
What
you're
we're
going to have
doing
to
is
keep
working on
variety.
the inside receiver on the safety, and he got him. He just give him a chance. Ooh.
No.
Man, oh man, oh man.
Brandon Howell says, I told y'all to feed Kenny.
That would be fair.
Richard Allen says, the ball ain't heavy.
Paul Meharry on our staff said the same thing. Feed Kenny McIntosh and Jake Roos.
We got Milton in now.
346. Kendall Milton with a carry.
With a giant hole. That kid's going to take off. Now, I want to point out, I love Kendall Milton. I think he's a hell of a back, but there was a great hole there. Look at that.
Linebacker didn't know who had it. These guys are not all world on defense. Let's go pound them.
Yeah, just run it. You were complaining
Right
about
here,
the first few carries that they weren't running the ball. Now Georgia's has started to run it. Look at this.
Set up for Stetson to keep it, too.
Oh, yeah.
They got 4 down here.
314.
It'd be hard to run it.
313.
Yeah.
Running right into them there.
Right.
You see Justin Schaefer come in to get the extra quarter of a yard with that push.
Probably going to roll him out here.
All right, 2nd and 9. There's 2:54 in the first, 2:52, 2:51, 2:50.
We're calling these plays off the wristband to get some tempo here. Everybody just looks at the number on your wristband and has the play on it. Two tight ends.
Good, really good protection.
Touchdown. Oh, that's the ball. Can't throw it any better than that. It's low, but I mean.
So you look at that Kyrus Jackson one that he dove for it, hit him in the hands, and then you get this one, which should have been a touchdown. Now you're looking at 3rd and 9.
You cannot have those missed opportunities against a team like Alabama.
Nope. 2:29 on the clock. 7 seconds on the play clock. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Timeout.
Right now, what they're doing is they're lining up Surtain on number 2 on Pickens. He's an elite corner, and try to take him out of the game. But you see our game plan is we're working the other receivers and we're getting them open.
Yeah.
The one was really a tough catch, no question. The one where he bounced, but that one there, I would just tell anybody, whatever level you are, when you've got a low ball, and it was a little behind him, you've got to go down with your legs and cradle the ball like you would, and try to catch it with your whole body there, and not just your hands. Slide down and use your body as a backboard. Burton will learn that, and they'll teach him, but that's the difference in winning big games and not right there. You got to make that play. I mean, somebody beside Kyrus and Pickens are going to have to step it up at wide receiver for us, because people are going to, right there, we worked on the safety and had it. And give us kids some help here. One thing I would think Bama's going to do here is try to keep us from hitting the underneath route and playing man coverage. So could be a shot for Bennett to break it against man. We'll tell you what they're in when they come up here. But
they're doing that epileptic seizure-inducing light show right now. But yeah, you're right.
Go down and scoop it. We used to make them slide, and I'm sure they practice it. We got Cook here. We're either going to work Cook or tight end in the middle of the field here.
Stetson Bennett is 3 of 9 for 19 yards.
Trey McKitty's the tight end.
Yeah. You got the middle of the field here. You got it. All right.
You called it.
There you go, Coach.
Cook out of the backfield.
Folks, if the mask is
let's go
cut over Coach's face, that little grin there, he's gritted.
No, I'm just glad we made the first down. Hell,
I know you're happy, but it's a good call, Coach. Way to
let's
pick it
keep
up.
on going here now. Let's run the rock.
211, 210, 209, 208, first quarter, 207.
This is one of the hardest things to ever do. First and goal on the 10. Might be some kind of play action here.
Well, straight to him.
One in the end zone.
Touchdown. Feed the big dog.
Georgia ties the football game.
That's
Heading
your
extra
basic
point.
60-yard march.
Really good response from Georgia's offense, set up
Yeah.
by Georgia's defense and special teams with the punt.
How big is that third down conversion on 3rd and 9?
That was big.
Cook?
I want to point out something else about
I'm just telling you,
Georgia's.
this kid's a good quarterback. I mean, he had some
Yeah.
adversity here, and look what he's done. I mean, just big to Cook out of the backfield.
Yep.
Point out that Georgia's skill players on offense that were crucial in that drive. You had Jermaine Burton, true freshman.
True
You had
freshman.
Darnell Washington out front blocking,
True freshman.
true freshman. You had Kendall Milton running up the gut, true freshman. This is a young offense, guys.
Did you see?
I mean, I think anybody in the Dog Nation would have probably scored there. That was
Yeah.
a great hole. Good.
I do want to give credit to the big O there, Darnell Washington. He couldn't really get on his guy, so he blocked him out like he did in basketball, like he'd done in the low post.
Shield, yeah.
He shielded him out. So no. And who's the first guy to congratulate him when he came off the field? Kirby Smart giving him a fist bump, saying, we don't score that without you blocking your guy.
Yeah, I can tell you one thing. Our guys have got to think they go against a better defense in practice every day than what we're going against right here. We made them look good on that first couple drives. But, hey, keep taking these shots. And we got our best receiver, hadn't touched the ball yet except the one that he could have caught.
Georgia's tied this
I
game.
guarantee you, my one guarantee is we have got to have some hockey with Pickens where he's not going to be on Patrick Surtain, and it's just a give and take all night. We got to get him in a little stack thing like you saw Bama do that. We got to do something with him.
Stack, maybe trips over there where he's some guys can run different routes and they got to figure out who's going to pick him up.
Yeah, I mean, this can't just give him up.
But what about, they have those kind of crossing routes where you get those little rubs. You can't do the pick play per se, but
Yeah.
you can actually rub and make it so that Surtain has to move around some guys.
It's hard to do that when you're lined up wide. If he's in tight, you can do it.
Yeah.
But you got to knock this out of the end zone here.
He did on his first kick.
Brent Rollins just texted me and said, by the way, a lot more play action on those early down plays. That's something he had been looking for in our analysis of
Looking
previous
for, he's
Georgia
been
offense.
begging for it.
He's been writing letters to Buttsmeer.
he really has.
All right, this can be big here for the defense to really kind of take the momentum of this game now. Because Alabama is a big play from a touchdown constantly. It's just that kind of offense.
Nick's going to get hydrated here.
1:53 first quarter. Alabama takes a snap.
Oh, my goodness.
Those crossing patterns are easy completions, Coach.
Yep. But first down, it's hard not to stop them. I mean, you're playing to run. They got
That's a hell of an
87
offense.
back in.
Yeah, Miller Forsall's back in the game.
Those crossing routes are so quick, too, to get out of the quarterback's hands. You can't get pressure.
Guy's powerful.
Wow.
That offensive line is powerful, too.
Yeah.
Tell you what, if they can do that, that puts
Yeah,
a lot of heat. Look, we got our nose guard is
Yeah, what's that crooked
he was
stance
kind
there?
of tilted there.
Yeah.
Julian Rochester in the game there.
They
Well,
like
it
they
didn't
like
matter.
after they have a first down to fake up in and try to hit those.
There it is. There's the fake you're talking about.
God, make
Wow.
the play in the air.
You know, Mack has been as
I
accurate as
guarantee
any
if I know
quarterback.
they do that, I know our defense does.
Yeah, I mean, you called it. You said after they make those first downs, they like to take that long shot down the field. They like to fake it and then take the long shot. That's exactly what they did.
Stokes make a play in the air.
Second and 10, 50 seconds, first quarter.
Oh, my
Missed tackles.
All There are
Kobe
about two
D-
of them there.
Yeah.
You know, it's a good play defensively, but it could be 3rd and 10, but it's 3rd and 5.
Yeah. You let him get a lot of
It's
yards.
okay. I'm not being critical here, but we got Quay Walker in there. See what they do here.
Nakobe Dean makes the right read. He just does
Yeah.
not get his arms around for the tackle.
You can't tackle him up around the shoulders like that. You better hit him in the legs.
We didn't get lined up here.
No.
Tyreek Stevenson going out wide with the motion man.
Nothing. Yeah. The ball.
Incomplete.
No.
Yeah.
That's great coverage.
There is nobody in the middle of the field.
Well, that's what that motion man does, Roddy. That
Yeah.
brings out the star.
But when you got a guy like Campbell playing that guy like he's in his suit.
Alabama has not played defenders like Georgia this year,
No.
period. And Georgia's defense has not played offensive stars like Alabama this year.
Got a good stat from our man Dave McMahon. Zamir White has at least one rushing touchdown in each game this season.
So he must have 4.
Yeah.
He's a good north and south runner. Look, for the way that this first quarter felt and some of the negative plays that Georgia had early, I mean, just a really good job to rebound and be tied here pretty much at the end of the first
Well,
quarter.
you had that pass to George Pickens that didn't work out for you. Then you had the diving catch that Kearis Jackson couldn't hold on to. Then you had the catch in the end zone that wasn't made, but still they scored on that drive. It's just
Last play of the first quarter, Kendall Milton in the backfield.
2 seconds left in the first.
Trey McKitty in motion to the left.
Okay.
Tell you, Coach, I like Milton's footwork.
Yeah.
Give him about 4 yards on that one. Into the first quarter. All right, I'm going to pull up the stats here just to give you
Take a
an idea.
break.
Well, guys, I think we should say thank you to our friends at Bud Light Seltzer during this commercial break. Roddy, you put that back, and we'll be back right after this break. All right, thank you, Bud Light Seltzer, Leanne Farmer, and your team for sponsoring our Watch Along show. We could not do this without your help. So if you're out there, you're a little nervous about how this game's going, plan your trip right now to go get you a case of Bud Light Seltzer. We've got the remix edition up here, Roddy, and it looks like you've got, is that the cranberry in front of you?
No, I got the strawberry.
Strawberry.
I got that from the original one, you know, when they had the lemon lime and the mango and the black cherry. The black cherries in both of them because that's really one of the best flavors. But in the remix version, you also have the pineapple as well. So jump on that one. If you're nervous about this game, I get it. You should be. It's a tough one. But you shouldn't be nervous when you go buy a new car. And the one place you can go that will take care of all of your nervousness, all of your anxiety, make it the most customer-friendly and feel-good session you've ever had when buying a vehicle, you need to do that with our friends at Athens Ford. And I mentioned them a lot because they sponsor not only our website, they also sponsor our podcast, and they sponsor this watch along. There's two things that I want you to know about Athens Ford. You're going to get the best customer service anywhere that you'll ever find. You know, they are also the number one dealer in Georgia for certified pre-owned vehicles, certified pre-owned Fords. If you want to get one of those right now, you can get 1.49 APR financing for 3 years on a certified pre-owned vehicle. It will feel brand new, I guarantee. There's a Ford commercial playing right now. So if you want the Ford F-150, Ford Explorer like I have, Ford Escape, Mustang, any of those, they have a certified pre-owned where they go through it and it's a 100+ point inspection. They check it out top to bottom. You get in it and it feels brand new. It'll come with a lifetime powertrain warranty. That's the other thing. All their vehicles, new or used under 80,000 miles, come with a lifetime powertrain warranty. So you can get the crazy financing, 1.49% for qualified buyers on any of the Ford certified pre-owned vehicles. And of course, if you're not getting one of those, you can still get great financing deal. You can do it all there. You don't even have to go into the place. They will actually walk out, and if you see one on their website, and if you go to their website, they're going to give you $250 just off any vehicle. You say, I want to see this car. They'll walk out there and put it on Skype or FaceTime or whatever and walk around it and talk to you about it. So you don't even have to show up to the lot to look at these cars. So check out our friends at Athens Ford because they are huge into customer service, and they are giant Bulldog fans.
All right, 2nd and 6. We're coming back on CBS. Georgia has the ball.
Cook out of the backfield.
We'll tell you when he takes the snap. First play of the second quarter. There goes James Cook in motion up top.
Nobody's even covering him.
And Stetson Bennett takes a snap right now.
He saw that, and he's like, I'm going to go throw to
Going
him.
deep to him. He's got him. Yeah. Touchdown, Georgia. Cook out of the backfield. Kiss me, you fool. How the hell do you call these things?
Big play. Beautiful.
Where's that weak arm that boy has?
Yeah. Well, you know, he's too short.
That was a great job of using your formation there. I mean, the guys lined up on him, not used to covering him.
Well, you pointed out that nobody had moved with him, you know, and somebody got over there late, and
boy, he needed that so bad. I'm so happy for that kid. Hey, tell your brother to give you $1,000 on that one. Don't do that.
No, just calm down there. And that's big for Stetson Bennett too. He saw it, you know. He watched it develop. He knew where to go. Put the ball on the money, and somebody caught one of his passes.
Yeah. The guy's a nightmare mismatch.
Yeah.
So when they send him in motion, Coach, is Stetson watching to see who goes with him and think, okay, I got this?
Yeah, I think 8's probably the substitute for Battle, but
yeah. Look, he didn't look anywhere else. He just saw that.
Stetson took a hit, but look, it's going to happen.
His lips were getting chapped because he was licking them so fast because he saw that mismatch.
Yeah.
D. Allen Fowler says, is Coach watching ahead of the telecast? Good Lord. I wonder the same thing.
There have been times that I've thought he's from the future.
No, just has to have fun, but
Well, no, Coach has said that James Cook has been 12 months pregnant. It is his time. He has said that this season, and there you go. That's what you have with that kind of talent. Not a lot of running backs can make that play.
Well, I mean, he took off like a shot.
Jermaine King says Coach is channeling his inner Tony Romo.
Tony can't hold my jog. I mean, he can probably, but he doesn't know anything about the college game. I probably don't know as much about the pros, but.
Daryl Jones says, too short to throw, talking about the critics for Stetson Bennett. Yeah, he made a big-time throw there.
Well, he made about 5 already. I mean, the touchdown pass was dropped. The one to Pickens was dropped. The one that, I mean, he's just you got Johnny football. You got Stetson football.
Well, you remember his freshman year, the guys on the team were calling him Johnny football. You know, the guys on the defense, they loved it.
They said it looked like Baker Mayfield playing out there.
Well, we had that great story there. Davis saying, look, he got me cussed out a lot.
Here's what we got to do right now is we got to man up. They're going to try to pound you a little bit.
Yep.
Mac Jones takes the snap, 14:48, 14:47.
Got to make that tackle. Got to get those open field tackles.
It's okay. They're going to hit some on you on first down. I mean, this is a first down passing team.
Robert Hilton asked, did he miss something with Camarda working kickoffs, or has he just missed that all year long? Did Camarda kick that off?
He's kicked our last 2 off.
Okay.
He's 90, isn't he?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
The first one of the game was not that great.
Yeah,
was it?
Podlesny dropped it on about the 3.
14:18, 14:17.
So Tariq's got to get over there. Oh, we got 2 guys on 1. Oh, that was so close.
Guys got a good release.
Yep.
You can talk all you want to about pass rush, but when you're throwing the ball on first down, look at this clean pocket. I mean, you can't.
Pretty good coverage, guys.
Yeah. Good thing that, man.
You talk about how close this game gets. There you go.
Game of inches.
Good athletes.
13:44, 13:43, 13:42, Alabama across midfield.
Remember when Devontae was oh my goodness, you had him and you let him get away.
It's all right.
Quay Walker, quieter pass rush there.
Yeah. But see, this is why recruiting matters so much, folks, if you're watching at home. 13:33 on the clock. We cover at UGA Sports, we cover tons of stories. When you look at the Devontae Smith going back and forth between Georgia and Alabama, and you look at the Tariq Stevenson and, George Pickens on his way to Auburn, and you flip him to Georgia, and the kids that you missed that are on the Alabama team right now and vice versa.
Right here, they're doing the same thing we did. They got moved the Najee out, and
Was that the 47th catch by Devontae Smith on this one?
I mean, it's a theme already that Lewis seen making tackles in the open field like that. That's going to be crucial for this defense.
That tight end's
hit him. Good rush.
I was about to say, well,
Lump Dog says if Quay Walker had a tearaway jersey, he'd be naked right now.
yeah.
I mean, that's 10 yards away from a receiver.
Yeah.
Intentional
I was about
grounding
to
is
say, you
called.
got to call that. Come on.
I got COVID. Don't get me mad. Put your mask on, 100,000.
Saban mad gif. I feel that's coming in my future.
Yeah. I think Malik Herring's just keeping him in front of him.
All right.
3rd and 22.
I don't want to.
How do you defend this, Coach?
I don't want to come with too much heat here. Just keep the ball in front of us and don't let them get short. Make the tackle.
It's Malik Herring out there.
Yeah.
Good, Monty Rice with his boot.
You're never going to let that go, are you? Don't get me wrong. I love it. I love it. How do you get up there so fast and
That's
with the crutches?
That's a big series right there. I'm just telling you because they were in our end of the field. It was a loss of down. It's 4th down. Get the things right, CBS.
I want to point out that Malik Herring being able to cover the flat like that.
Wasn't that loss of down for?
Oh, there was 1st down that he had the loss of down on. So
12:37, 12:36, second quarter. It's 3rd and 19.
They got a chance for a field goal here.
Flag on the play.
Please be holding on them and not us.
You remember Coach's mouth-watering player of the
Holding
game?
on us.
yeah.
Crucial flag.
Jeez.
Holding against Eric Stokes is the call.
Well, Coach called it first.
The thing that's so critical when it's 3rd down, there's no advantage in that right there. Know the down and distance. He's one of the best players, but it's a good call. It wasn't the ref's fault.
Yeah, that's
You
the
gotta
correct call.
call it, but if it's 3rd and forever, never do that.
This is when I wrote about 3-2-1. I was talking about the penalties. You can't have those 15-yard penalties that extend drives. You extended drives against Arkansas. You extended drives against Tennessee with 15-yard penalties that just weren't necessary.
Run up the middle. Great job.
Yeah.
Trayvon Walker held his gap.
Julian Rochester made that play.
Yeah, came from behind to make that tackle.
He did that stack and look. I was dead on.
Second and 8 to run to the outside. Monty
Good
Rice
job,
makes
Monty.
the tackle.
And Nolan
Monty
Smith.
the boot rice.
And Nolan Smith there too. Ready
Tell
to
you
do
what,
his
though, they got 3rd and 2. Any way you look at it.
thing. Yeah.
Watch this run. This guy's got quick feet for 220. Trying to hit the back out of the backfield. Turf monster. You know, the thing about it here is a good call by them because we've been trying to stop everybody else, and they send them into the dressing room and came back out, and we
Forgot he was out there.
can't stop it all.
No.
Tell you what, when you get 4 yards on first down and 4 yards on second, 3rd and 2, you're going to hit about all of them.
Yeah.
Here's these tight
especially
formation
this
into the boundary here. They probably come into the field with it.
I think go right up the middle for 5.
I don't understand why we're not holding up better against the run. How many's he caught on the year? Obviously, we haven't been worried about him too much. Forced. He's from Cartersville, Georgia. I wonder if he played with Lawrence, any. It's a way to hit.
Brian Robinson's going to be.
We've got to get a field goal out of this.
Yeah.
Get the Bama kicker on the field. I know he's been better this year. Get a Bama kicker on the field.
Way to take on a block there, Johnson.
Third and 3.
9:58.
Sark is notorious for faking to the back and throwing it to him in the backfield, out of the backfield.
9:50, second quarter. 9:49. 9:48.
We can sub with them. Take your time there.
They got the sub. We get the sub.
They could get delay here.
It looked like Matt.
There's something you got to talk about right here.
All right.
That official was standing over the top of the ball, and the reason is you have an extra official now. You used to just have the umpire have to do it, but that official stands over the ball and makes sure till the referee gives him the go-ahead that the defense has a chance to get set if you sub in the game. If you don't, then he's going to get off the ball. In that case right there, they were subbing. Kirby and Lanning waited a little bit before we sent our subs in, but still sent them in and forced them into a timeout because of the delay of game. Good play there, Kirby.
Hey, Coach Chuck Ward has an answer for you. He says Forrestall was the Cartersville quarterback until he got hurt and was replaced by Trevor Lawrence.
That's right.
Well, that's good. I should have known that. I'm sure Jake Gruce would have, but I don't keep up with recruiting much. But until I listen to y'all's podcasts.
Hell of a backup quarterback.
Yeah. Well, and then he realized, like, well, I'm not getting that job back, so.
Yeah, I tell you,
good for him.
Trevor had a terrible first half today.
I know. Hey, shout out to Alan Fowler for sharing the show. Remember, folks, if you share this, we put you in a drawing, and we did this last week. It was Cedric that won it. We put all the names into the random number generator, and so it takes each name and assigns them a number. I hit the shuffle, it shuffles, and I say pick one, and Cedric's name came up, and so I will be sending him a $50 Visa gift card that he can use anywhere that Visa is accepted. We're going to do it again this week, so if you will, share it on Facebook, any Twitter, any social media that you happen to be on. You know,
LinkedIn if you want your boss to see it.
Yeah, if you want your boss to see it, just put the point is, after you share it, you have to email me and let me know that you did it. I don't follow all of you. It's my apologies, but send me an email, Radi@UGAsports.com, Radi@UGAsports.com. Email me and say, hey, I shared it. You don't have to write me a long soliloquy. Just let me know. that you did, and I will send it back to you. I will put your name in the
Look at
running.
this score right here.
What the
North
hell's
Carolina.
happening in Florida State and North Carolina?
All right.
24-0.
3rd and 3, 9:41 left in the second quarter. This would be a big stop if Georgia can hold Alabama to a field goal.
Get him down. That's
Got him.
good.
There you go. You just called it, Dane. That is a big stop.
Jermaine
played-
Johnson.
We played that crossing route extremely well there. That was really good.
How so?
Well,
Let's see.
watch our backer. Watch this guy jump inside him up at the top right there. Watch him jump inside. He's right all over.
Wow.
Good job by Campbell. He was playing it.
When we kept talking about Jordan Davis is getting in better shape, you saw that on that play. Hands moving, feet moving more, just more active at his size and athleticism. It just helps. Kick is good, just inside the upright.
It's all right. That's a good stop.
Now, this comment came before that third down stop, so I do want to give him credit for this. But Rodney Hewitt says that we're not playing as well on defense by our standards. And what I tell you, Rodney, is that Alabama's a damn good offense.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of stuff going on that the defense has to be responsible for.
I mean, right now, you're holding the number one scoring offense in the country to 10 points.
They average, 51 points a game or something?
So if there's ever a Sheriff Bill, that's it. It could be worse, man. I mean, we're just not going to. I mean, you got the leading rushing, the guys leading the nation in scoring, playing running back 22. Quarterbacks leading the nation in passing efficiency are right up there top to it. And for the most part, they're less than 50% throwing, aren't they? What are they?
Yeah. Earlier, Mac Jones and Stetson Bennett were both 4 of 10. And then
It's a little higher now.
Yeah, it's a little higher now, but you could go back to the fact that
It's a nice march here. They hit a couple of nice curl routes, and but our defense bowed up there. I mean, we said in the keys to the game, you got to hold them to 3 some or make them miss their turn. They've already punted more than they have all season, haven't they?
Yeah.
How many punts they had? 2 or 3?
So Mac Jones is 9 of 16 for 125 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception.
That's great defense on that passing game.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say it.
Stetson Bennett is 5 of 11 for 111 yards, 1 TD, 1 interception. So both have 1 TD, both have 1 INT. 5 of 11, 9 of 16.
One stat I'd like for you to look at, Roddy. Tell me what time of possession is so far.
Time of position.
Do you see it on team stats?
I'm looking.
The only
for-
reason I'm asking this is because Alabama does not substitute as much on defense as it used to.
Yeah, Alabama-
Georgia substituted a ton of people.
Bama has had the ball for 13 minutes.
Watch this crossing route. Why did you jump inside him?
Yeah, that's what Gary Daniels was pointing out, and Kobe Dean stepped inside. Yeah.
Alabama's had the ball 13 minutes to Georgia's 8.
Yeah. So
I'd like to see
Georgia,
this guy kick the ball off out of bounds again.
Yeah.
He's going to try to kick it harder this time, and he's going to kick it short to Kenny Mack, and he's going to blast one.
my point is that if Georgia can get those longer sustained drives, that tires out Alabama getting to the second half. That's one of the mantras of what Georgia
How
does.
the hell do you do that?
Should have got more. We missed the block, but he kicked it. I mean, the guy was so worried about kicking the ball in bounds that he missed it. You can just see that after all these years. But all right, Stetson. Good pick here.
I love that picture.
He looks the same.
I
Stetson
knew
looks
you were
the
going to
same.
say that. You
He does.
jerk.
He's a little taller now. He's taller than his dad then. See it?
I don't see the mailman hat. They
guys
should
are
have started
rude.
that trend a little
So
earlier.
rude. Poor kid.
All right, Georgia's
He's a
got
player. He's a player.
14-10 lead for Georgia. First play of the drive, 8:56, second quarter.
Let that guy run the rock.
Yeah.
Player. I'm telling you, I'm impressed with our middle surge so far. Watch this surge.
Justin Schaefer,
Really
Trey
good.
Hill.
Really good.
Yeah.
You see number 8 there lined up in there? He's the guy that we threw the ball deep on because he's a safety. What is his name? Is he a sub for Battle or linebacker maybe?
8:22, 8:21, 8:20
Be a
second
quick
quarter.
toss to Cook here.
Straight handoff to him.
Boy, it's too bad you didn't hold that ball and keep it, man. Don't have anybody
I
on.
was just about, you took the words right out of my mouth.
It'll be there.
A shout out to Chuck Ward, who has shared this broadcast with about 10 people via Messenger, 3 Facebook groups, and texted 2 others. Chuck Ward's doing workout in Texas.
He's a good man in Texas. Chuck's a man.
I'm sure our buddy Ronnie Brown, who also sponsors our podcast at DNR Construction down in Liberty County, is I'm sure he'll share it and probably have some good questions for us too. 3rd and 2, 7:38.
Beautiful pass.
There's the George pick.
Did you notice where George lined up then?
I did not notice where he lined up, but I saw what the result was.
He was hidden in there. Look at that stack look.
Oh my goodness, they stacked him up.
Great route by Cook to set it up.
Yeah.
Ooh, baby, I like you, Munkin. I like you.
Just because he ran the stack.
Well, watch
there
this.
it is, what you're talking about, if he just keep it.
That wasn't the same play, but
I know,
it's a
there was
great example of seeing man coverage. The guy's got awareness.
Yeah.
Let's go. It's a nice march. Let's keep it up. Tempo.
I said it on Tuesday. Coach said it yesterday on Paul Feinbaum. You got to have some quarterback rushing yards.
Yeah.
Stetson can do it.
This is an inside RPO. He's either going to hand the ball to White or he's going to throw it over the linebackers.
7 minutes, second quarter.
God knows you got to hit that, man.
All right, so is that a leading?
Exactly.
Is that an inaccurate pass, or should Kiera's have?
It wasn't a great pass, but I mean exactly what we saw. I mean, it was a RPO. God,
3rd and 3.
we're just not making the plays that are there
Yeah.
to be the difference right now.
Leaving so much yardage on the field. You know.
Lloyd Dog, thank you for sharing to Twitter. Really appreciate you. Email Roddy. Get your name in the hat for that. $50.
Absolutely.
This is going to be a run here.
Barely got the playoff.
My bad on that call. I thought we'd run it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, for a guy in John Fitzpatrick that barely ever caught a pass in high school because of the offense that was run, he's caught some crucial ones so far this year. 6:40, second quarter.
Get Cook back in there.
There's your keeper.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just telling you, Stetson, you got to run that ball right there,
Yeah.
man. We're so close to being dynamite right now. I mean, this guy's calling a heck of a game. They're so off kilter on defense. You're coming in with the big gun with my boy Cook here. I'm going to tell you what they're going to do based on where he lines up. Man, oh man, Stetson.
He's
Stephen Bradley says, how about that offensive line? Playing well so
Yeah.
far.
Come on, Cook. Work on that backer, please. He's got this guy right over here on him.
he's got what he wants.
It's a productive play.
It's a lot of moving parts though for 3 yards.
More than that.
Yeah, that was closer to 5.
Shortchanging it.
The other thing with those moving parts, Roddy, is that starts testing that eye discipline and opens
Yeah.
up more things.
It didn't look like you got that name. That's
Please,
apologies for
please
shortchanging.
play us man here and Stetson
heck?
break it. Play us man and Stetson break it.
6 minutes, second quarter, 3rd and 5. Jermaine Burton in motion to the bottom.
5:56, 5:55, 5:54, 5:53, 5:52.
Wide open.
Batted ball again.
That was a first down to Kenny Mack.
I like to see us snap the ball a little sooner. That's terrible. I mean, you got this. I'd go for this right here. Don't go for the field.
Pod Lesney's in there for the kick. It's a
This
long
50
kick.
yards, he made it. I thought it was closer to the end there than that, but that's good.
That's a kicker, boys.
Hey, you answered their field goal with one of your own, and you keep your 7-point lead. 5:42 left in the second quarter.
I'm
You
just
scored
telling you
three.
now, we have got to start executing.
So many
If you just go back on that last series,
yards left on the field.
the first RPO was a little bit behind Kieris Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
First down pass on that play right there, he came out and he had to run, and he went ahead and threw it to Burton. He could have run it for down to the 15-yard line.
Yeah.
And then the third down play, just the ball's tipped. I mean, you see how many guys were open there?
Yeah.
Fitzpatrick was open, and so was the other guy. I'm not being too critical. I'm just saying, big games, when you got a chance to make a play, you got to make it. You got to distance it, because we're not going to shut these guys down.
No.
I mean, if you could have told us that we would have them to 10 points with, 7 minutes to go? How much time to go?
5:42 left.
Yep.
You'd take it. But we've had good field position the whole game, except for that one where we started on the 15.
Hell of a kick by Podlesny right there.
Bennett is 8 of 17 for 140 yards. Mac Jones is 9 of 16 for 125 yards. So,
But I can tell you one thing, Bennett looks comfortable.
yeah, he does. And I was worried because you saw, the Burton drop.
How many did you say he's hit? I'm going to say, he's what?
He said the Burton drop.
No, what does he hit, though?
No, he's hit 8 of 17.
He's had 3 knocked down.
Yeah.
3 that had no chance of getting hit. So
3, that would be like 11 of 17, and then you had 2, possibly 3 that were dropped. That's a guy who knows he's got the potential to be having a stellar game. But when does the frustration set in where you're like, damn it, I just can't?
yeah, you can't get frustrated.
I
You
hope
just
not.
gotta.
Hey, this team's playing well right now.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a whole lot of negative.
And I'm just saying that you're like what else do I got to do? I try to put it in your hands, and the ball's getting knocked down, or it's hitting you in the hands, and you're dropping it.
Just got to have confidence in them, but
Yep.
we got to get the ball to Pickens. I mean, really good call on that one to Pickens.
Amari
Stack.
Carmichael asked, how many points do you think we need to score, Roddy, to win this game?
I'd say you need at least 35.
Minimum.
I think this game gets in the 40s. I really
Well, I
do.
mean, I do. I'm just saying, if you don't score 35, you don't have a chance. I mean, maybe you can hold them to 34.
There's a kickoff from Jake Camarda. And through the end zone it is. Matt Stevens says, hey, Roddy, do you get a hangover from Bud Light Seltzer?
You don't. You really don't. And I've sat here with Coach and had quite a few of these, and I've had, when I was down in Orange Beach, I went through a whole freaking case by myself and bounced up like I've been drinking sweet tea, And you also don't get fat with the 100 calories,
Right.
per
Here
thing.
comes Alabama, 5:42, second quarter, 1st and 10.
See if we get another turnover. That would kind of
Tight formation, a lot of rub stuff.
Yep. Wow.
That's Monty Rice down there in coverage on Jalen Waddle.
What?
He hit a guy over the top, but Monty was chasing
Yeah.
from.
And we're in zone, though.
Yeah. Tom Harlow, thanks for watching us in Okinawa, Japan.
Wow.
Appreciate that.
Look at that right there. That's an unbelievable catch.
Yep.
5:18, 5:17, second quarter, 5:16.
For a guy with a bad foot, he didn't run all the way down there.
Oh, Monty.
It's like,
Oh, Monty.
he got mad that the guy caught the last one, so gives you zero there.
Now I'm going to go ahead and tell you, Malik Herring's got a rough assignment today with Evan Neal over there.
Yeah. But I thought Devontae White did really good on that play. He stacked his guy and then shot through, took advantage of Malik coming in from his left.
4:40, second quarter. 4:40, 4:38, 4:37. It's 2nd and 8 for Alabama.
Good tackle.
Yeah.
Ojulari.
Great play, Ojulari and Rice together. to stop Robinson Jr.
I've seen Alabama in third down more tonight more than I have all year.
They usually just scored the touchdown on the first play.
They're going to go for it if they don't make it here, too.
Yep.
It's 3rd and 9. 4 minutes left in the second quarter.
My boy Derek Tyson
They
who
got
covers.
one-on-one up there at the top.
Yep. Here comes Adam Anderson. Wow.
Can't give him that long.
You give him that many. Give him an hour back there. He'll find somebody open.
Coach, you called the one-on-one up there. It's great coverage.
Yeah, I mean, you have Tyson Campbell in his hip pocket for what,
Yeah,
7
you can't
seconds,
go any
8
longer than
seconds?
that.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Nice tackle, scene.
Lewis Seen comes up to.
So good in run defense.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind Kirby calling a timeout here to let our defense rest.
JP Wood01 says that
Why don't you
hands
text
to the
him?
face was missed.
What? What'd he say?
He said hands to the face was missed. And he was talking about the Devontae Smith catch.
Yeah, Ojar is getting his head whipped back every few plays by Alex Leatherwood.
3:10.
Touchdown.
Wow.
Tyreek Stevenson in coverage.
Good eyes by Matt Jones.
Yeah.
He looked like he's going to throw the screen, and Campbell took one bad step, and that was it. Watch it again. They faked the screen. Ran out and up on us.
Yep.
So many options on that play. This is a slobber knocker, guys.
Yep.
Dog 57 says Bama's wide receivers are unreal.
They
Best
are.
in the country, no doubt.
The other thing, when you got a quarterback has that much time, you're going to.
Yeah.
But seriously, if you're throwing the ball on first down, you're not going to get that kind of rush.
That was a hell of a throw.
It's a great route. I mean, he was wide open.
Yeah.
So
It was a good concept. If everybody remember, they faked the screen, and he acted like he was going out to block the guy, and then he ran a wheel route. I mean,
Yeah.
let's take a 30-second break and say thank you to our friends at Athens Ford for supporting our show, and we will be right back.
Athens Ford makes buying a car or truck easy, safe, and more affordable than ever. During the Athens Ford Model Year-End Clearance Event, use Easy Purchase online to shop hundreds of new Fords, all with our 100% price protection guarantee. Plus, save big with F-150s up to $14,000 off, and Expeditions up to $15,000 off. All new Fords include our lifetime warranty and complimentary delivery. Plus, pick up and drop off with every service. We're lending a hand to keep you going and keep you safe. Athens Ford, where we do it all for you.
Switching over to Black Cherry now that we're back. Tie game 17-17. You got to move on to the Black Cherry.
Got a super chat here from Salty Hairlip is the username on here.
What's his name?
His name's Salty Hairlip, but thank you for the tip. Anything that we get for doing this, that's just, man, it makes us feel good.
It really does, and it pays for all these cameras.
And it pays for me sitting here talking about football.
What did he do?
So it's called a super chat, Coach. If our viewers would like, they can give us a tip, a monetary donation, just for saying thanks for doing the show. He says, I love tight football games. Go Dogs. We're on the edge of our
That's
seat,
nice.
too.
Yep.
Nice. Pay for this equipment. It's true.
I'll promise you this, unless it's like a crude comment. If you do a super chat, I'm reading this out on air. 100%.
There you go.
Unless it's something I wouldn't tell my mama, I will read that super chat. So thanks for doing that, Salty Hairlip. All right, third quarter. You got a 3-minute drill in you. This is a good spot for Georgia to sneak some points out here.
I like
That's
that.
good. Just return it the whole way.
They have a penalty there for what did they do? Oh, 35, okay.
Yeah, I was supposed to say no. That's,
I thought they were back further. Kick it short to Kenny Mack and show him your tail lights. You got it. All right, you got 2 timeouts. You're starting on the 38-yard line. We got to get one more block, Eric.
Yeah.
Cochran.
Rodney Hewitt says that if he'd have told him that the game would be tied at halftime, he'd have been happy. Well, it may not be. We'll see.
yeah.
Look how little that water bottle looks in Evan Neal's
Yeah.
hand.
It looks like when you get those little half ones, on like a flight. That's what it looks like in his hand.
All right, 3:01, second quarter. Georgia's
Same.
got the football 1st and 10, just shy of the 35-yard line. There's George Pickens. That's a dynamic ball carrier, guys.
Yeah.
Look at the velocity he throws on this ball.
Whoop. Look at that separation. Spin, spin.
We got 3 minutes left without their safety in the game.
That's a good point.
There
Offside.
you go. Free play.
Call it.
I don't know if they are.
Here he goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
Here he goes.
Oh, hit him in the head too.
Coach, there's some rushing yards we were looking for.
Yeah.
And when I mentioned that earlier in the week, it wasn't about all the design runs, although Joe Burrow had some of those. It's about the things that keep the drives alive, those scrambles that avoid bad plays.
Yeah.
And
Not
keep
only
you-
that, they're playing 5 under man. Let's give 15 on top of that blow to the head.
That's what I said. Yeah.
All right, they're going to call the flag out. We know offsides. Let's see if it's more than that.
No.
Amari
That's not a
Carmichael.
first down.
Thank you for the super chat, Amari. He says that we should offer a prize for someone to join us for the watch along. Maybe one day.
We should have a play called here and get going here.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Really appreciate you, Amari. Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that.
2:24, 2:23, second quarter.
Oh my God. That's how you get that first.
Good run there. Really don't need to get the first there, though. Just waist down. I'd have thrown that one.
All right, 2:16.
Where's Cook?
Tired after that 80-yard touchdown.
Unloading over top. Just a little bit far. Still got 2 minutes left. You're in Alabama territory.
There's your throw on first down and went for the whole thing.
They really can't cover us. I'm serious.
No. A lot of busted coverages too.
Here comes Robertson.
Oh, yeah. Get out there to Demetrius.
They're set up for us to run something to Milton here.
I mean, Alabama did everything in their power to get Demetrius Robertson to be on the team. So,
There it is.
There's Milton.
oof.
Get up to the line. I don't understand
Schaefer
what-
Hill and Ben are trying to get everybody lined up.
I don't know why we substituting so much here. Run your offense.
Yeah.
Maybe
Right.
Cook's in there now or McIntosh to work on these backers.
It's 3rd and
I'm
7.
telling you now, there's a chance for Cook
There he is.
to work on these backers.
Losing a lot of time here setting this play up.
Well, it's a
130,
big play though. We
129.
got plenty of time if we just work on them, Cookie.
122, 121, 120.
Oh, wow. Big play, Stetson Bennett.
Beautiful.
I mean, look at the bottom of the screen.
Coach, you say he
James
slung
Cook's
that
like-
ball just even without the feet set? I mean, that's, come on. Wow. 3 catches for George Pickens so far. That's good. Very good.
Get him back in there. We got a wheel route to 4.
Oh, and he threw into triple coverage.
I don't know why we keep going to Burton instead of these other guys. I mean, maybe that's the way the reads are, but he hasn't caught a pass tonight, and we've thrown him 5.
All right, let's watch James Cook out of the back. You're right, Coach.
Look at Cook.
Wide open.
That's 2 plays where he's standing there with no one around him.
Might be doing this again. I think they're going to work Cook again.
Yeah.
1:12 left, 2nd and 10.
They got the linebacker.
Stetson kept it. Trey McKitty. All right.
He's dangerous, man.
You know, it's funny. Some of the folks from FSU said that Trey McKitty did not like to block. I don't know. Looked to me like he had no problem there laying the wood.
I hope we remember that formation where and I like Burton too, but he's going to catch one, but we got the same thing now. We got Cook on number 8 again. 8's lined up over there trying to cover Cook.
Burton in motion up top, 1:07, 2nd quarter. It's 3rd and 4. Cook's covered that time.
That's
Burton.
boy Burton.
First down, Georgia.
Good job, Burton. I knew he'd finally do one there. It's a good route, too. I don't mean finally, but that's a clutch catch.
Christopher Daddy with a super chat. Thank you, sir. He says, love the analysis, fellas. Go Dogs and Jesus saves. Really do appreciate you, Christopher. And we'll see if Georgia can get you a touchdown here to end the half.
Number 8 for Alabama coach is linebacker Christian Harris, sophomore out of Baton Rouge.
Who called timeout? Are they going to review that spot?
They're saying timeout, but I don't know who called it. If we missed that, tell me in the chat, guys. Coach, again, this is, you said, one of the hardest things in football. 1st and 10, or 1st and goal at the 10. This is right there at it.
I like this march.
Steve Spurrier and Steven Garcia, the last SEC East team in the regular season to defeat Alabama.
Here's what I like about this organization there. You got the coaches over there with Bennett telling him everything, and everybody else is telling the other positions what to look for. That's a good organization there, because you don't want you want that quarterback telling you what he thinks he can do and the rest of the team. But I mean, if they don't give us this mark, I'm gonna pass out.
Yeah, so this is an official's review to check the spot. I mean, that's
it was over the line.
If anything, they kept
the
him
ball
shy.
might not have been.
Oh, there's that knee.
Yeah, but he's still on the 10.
Yeah. Derek Walker says that Georgia should throw it up to Darnell Washington here in the red zone. We'll see.
Tell you what else we got right now is get up to the line and run the play.
Georgia's short.
It's going to be 4th down.
And based on Kirby's philosophy that he was talking about last week, you obviously go for it here.
Weekly tweet about officiating.
Maybe the ball didn't go over, though.
So we're seeing his knee touch there. And I guess the ball moved more forward after that. John Lang says that's a bad spot.
He basically only thinks the knee went down, I guess.
Yeah, but it's not where the knee is. It's where the ball is. He's leaning forward. The ball's on the line.
The only thing is, I don't know how definitive you can tell that from some of those camera angles.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
it's just me. Quarterback sneak. Run up the gut.
You remember, it's been Kirby says if you can't get a foot, you know.
And no, this is not the
Get out of the way, ref.
This is not the jumbo formation. Too far back from the end zone for that.
What are they waiting on?
It's ridiculous. 1:03.
Get the snap.
Washington and McKitty go to the right in motion. 52 seconds left. 51. 50 seconds.
Follow Justin Schaefer.
They jumped offside.
I guess they retreated. Or is Georgia just trying to draw them off? Or are they actually going to go here? They got him. There you go. Drew him off sides.
Call a timeout here now, Kirby. Guy got him offside twice.
I'm about to say, how many times you got to get him off sides? 14?
What happens when you have 4 D-line coaches in 5 years? I read that today. Somebody talked about that.
That's such a chess match, guys.
I'm about to say, they jumped once and didn't do anything.
He's already touched him.
Yeah. He hit him! Bennett ratting him out.
That's a crucial play in the game. Wow. 37 seconds. First and goal.
You throwing it here or running it, Coach?
Quarterback keep.
Back at the end zone.
Oh, no. That just a missed opportunity. I think he got so excited by seeing Darnell back there that he overthrew it.
Stop, Darnell. Don't keep going.
Yeah.
Stop and give him your numbers.
Kind of got his feet shuffled under.
There's so many misplays, Swati. I can't even stand it. Great call, though.
Yeah. And you're right. You talk about not being able to cover him. Nobody covered him.
This could be a power run here.
Georgia's got 2 timeouts. They're running the ball. It's fine.
Toss into the boundary.
They got 8 within the line there.
Oh, Stetson.
There's a Burton again. He's their best guy, I guess.
28 seconds off the starting goal.
That's a bad throw, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that throw was sailed. All right, that's 2 could have been touchdown passes there. 3rd and goal.
He's played great to these last 2 plays. This is where you're going to earn your money, buddy.
Yeah.
And again, even that first one, it wasn't a tremendous route from Darnell Washington.
Well, it wasn't a great throw. I mean, even when he's at the back of the end zone, it's still over his head, and he's 6'7", so.
Margins don't have to be that thin, though.
Yeah.
This may be delay game if Kirby didn't get that timeout call. Yeah, he did. Yeah, Kirby's saying the same thing. You gotta know where that clock is.
Leave him alone. We had first goal on the 5. Surprised we didn't pound it. We ran it in there easy last time.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy day in the SEC. Really happy for Sam Pittman to get that win for Arkansas.
Texas A&M gonna be 9-1. Mark my word. Unless I don't know who you think can beat them. We've already played at Florida and Alabama.
See, I think they'll drop another one. I don't know who to, but
LSU. LSU maybe.
That's possible, but LSU can't stop anybody on defense.
Where's Cook?
No, on 3rd and goal, you're going to bring in Zamir White.
We got Pickens up at the top on the fade stop.
There he is.
That's a great catch. I mean,
Attaboy. Keep going to him. How about that gun right there? Tommy Gun. He's got a brother named Machine Gun and a brother named Tommy Gun. And both of them are Stetson Bennett IV. I've been hard on Burton, but I promise you right here, this really a big time catch.
Yes, that was.
It's good.
It had some zip on it too. That's why working that jugs machine every day, when you crank it on high and you catch those balls and they pull you sideways.
Think, Nick, you could have been at home watching this game.
Derek Walker says express delivery.
The guys had a really good half, but it could have been phenomenal.
Yeah. You see that Stetson Bennett kind of shaking his hands? Yeah, he is. That's what I was talking about, a little bit of frustration.
They're going to challenge that we caught it.
Jake Camarda's dancing along. Under review. What's that review about that?
Well, he didn't have it very long.
I'll need to see something. Catch. Yeah, there ain't nothing.
What else do you want him to do with it?
You want to take it to the referee's
I was about
house?
to say, pull the laces out and autograph it.
Oh, they wanted to take it in the equipment room and pump it up again.
Yeah, exactly.
I tell you what, that's going to make that kid's career tonight. I can see why they're going to him. Hey, my bad on the other ones, but you got some horses out there too.
I'm tweeting out that is a garbage review. That's just a waste of damn
We
time.
can't get that 20 seconds back, refs. Appreciate that.
Look, there's 23 seconds left. I've had maybe 4 or 5 of these Bud Light seltzers. We need to get to halftime. I'm just telling you.
Am I giving you a ride tonight? Is that how that's going?
No, he needs to go to the watering hole.
I just need to go to the restaurant.
Nature's not only calling, it's screaming.
You start to get those little yellow eye pupil outside of your eye.
Don't let your guard down yet, because 23 seconds. I'm not saying offensively necessarily, but this Jalen Waddle kid on these returns.
Yeah, he can put it right back into the end zone in a heartbeat.
Saying you got to keep that intensity level high on these special teams plays.
That was a hell of a catch.
Glenn Knowlton says they wouldn't be reviewing Alabama for these calls. Guarantee it. Maybe so.
He's right.
Doesn't matter. The reason it was reviewed because Nick called a timeout and challenged it, though. Did you see that?
I did. I missed that.
I did not see that.
That's why they reviewed it. It wasn't anything to do with the officials. I think they've called a pretty good game so far. And that's hard for me to say. Although the spot was...
The spot was bad, and then you had some
But look at...
really bad. I mean, Ojulari was almost declothed.
But, you know, if you just talk about the mechanics of playing quarterback, running the team, being smooth as a baby's ankles, using your snap count, being totally oblivious to everything, the kid has outplayed Mac Jones.
Yes, he's when the blitzes come, he knows where to go. You know what
How
is
many
the
yards
counter?
rushing's he got?
Rushing, not many.
You got at least 20, hasn't he?
Chris Thomas says leading at the half. I've seen this before. Nervous face.
10 yards on 4 attempts.
All right, there's the kickoff.
How about Jake Thunderfoot Camardi to start? Wonder why he made this move.
That literally went through the end zone. Did not land on paint. That landed out the back.
I do want to call it, speaking of yards.
He's showing all these plays we missed here.
Yeah.
Well, how about the points they got?
God, what a throw.
Yeah.
That's really a soft arm he has, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you know, he's a little guy, Coach. You can't throw it very hard.
Yeah. 10-inch hands. I just chaps my ass. All these people question this kid.
I do want to point out that James Cook, oh my goodness.
Watch out. Watch out.
Let them run that. They're working on their stats.
James Cook has 4 catches for 101 yards. Granted, one of them was an 82-yarder, but
He should have had another one.
Georgia does not often have a 100-yard pass catcher. And James Cook is that guy right now. So
16 seconds left in the second quarter. It looks like Jalen Waddle's a little gimpy.
do not cheer, folks. I know there's a little bit of hopefulness there, but he's fine.
You know, let him run that ball right there. We're okay.
Yeah, exactly.
He just took a knee to the knee or something. That's a dead leg.
Ooh. I hate for Najee step on my foot. Stone bruise.
I'll be happy when Najee Harris is in the NFL. Good kid, by the way. Really, just a fantastic kid to interview. Gave us great stories. Came to Georgia and just lit up a dog
right here. Get a pick.
All right, Bama's closing in on field goal range. Still got a little bit further to go. 10 seconds left.
Well, you're calling timeout, but now you're not calling timeout.
Did the ref just not see? No, okay, there's the timeout.
Yeah.
they get 3 out of this, I'm going to pass out.
And they got to be a little careful. I mean, obviously, first down, you can get down and clock it, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know why we keep pressing with Campbell. Just get back and keep the ball in front of you. There's Butch Jones getting in there, seeing what they want to run. I should have run that at Tennessee.
Greg Clawlin says Waddle.
You tell me how an analyst can be down on the sideline in the huddle.
Yeah, well, I was about to say he's an analyst. Interesting. I didn't notice that is a tall order for Tariq Stevenson to be covering Miller Forrestall.
We need a sack here. We need a sack.
There.
Pressure.
Kobe Dean.
That's too bad, boys. You can't fight.
Will they have time to
You shouldn't have stopped the clock.
Nope.
I don't think they had time for that.
No,
That's the half.
That's it.
Let's see if Saban's arguing about a second.
They can, but
they've got a history of this.
Kirby, get them off. Take every one of your players and get off the field, Kirby. It's 3 seconds. You can't spike it under that. Time to go.
That's the rule now.
Yep, that is the rule.
Saban's saying, give me a second. What is this, the Iron Bowl?
2 seconds. It snapped with 1. Nope.
Get him in there, Kirby. 3 second rule now.
Yeah.
Tell me that rule, Coach.
It brought it into effect when Auburn did it against them last year, and got that field goal at the end of the half. And if there's 3 seconds to go, you can't spike it. That's exactly right. Way to know it. Did you see Kirby holding up to 3 seconds?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
why
Kirby was yelling 3 seconds. He's
That's knowing the rules.
He knows his rule. Scott Cochran is trying to get everybody to go into the locker room. He's like, Brett, it's either go. Warren Erickson, go.
What did he say? The call was overturned. So what does that mean? The call's overturned. They gonna give him another, let him go, or what? God,
They put a second on the clock. Oh my goodness.
Gee, Merry Christmas.
I don't believe that.
I guess they made a first down when they stopped the clock before the time up, Kirby.
Well, Kirby's not upset about it. So, I mean, I guess there's nothing you can do at that point. Whole team's in the tunnel.
Time of possession right now, Alabama 16-10, Georgia 13-49.
Okay. Georgia gets the ball to start the second half. 1 second on the clock. Let's see if that's the difference in making this a 4-point game or remaining a 7-point game.
Yeah, he's got the leg to make it. I thought you couldn't do that anymore, 3 seconds, but I guess you can.
He made it. So that 1 second.
That's
got
terrible. 23 seconds and a half and 2 timeouts, and they take it. The first run killed us. You know, I said it's okay to give it up, but it's a big 3 right there.
We'll give you a couple minutes of analysis here of what we saw here in the first half. Georgia has a halftime lead of 24-20. After that, we're going to go to a slideshow, give ourselves a bit of a halftime break. We know you'll do the same.
All right, total yards for Georgia and Alabama. Georgia has 268 yards. Bama has 298.
Nick Saban said his players did a good job executing that, getting the field goal. He called out James Cook.
You got to think about the fact that you're going to have a
Battle back in.
battles back in. Alabama gets the ball.
We get the ball.
No, that's right. Excuse me. We
Yeah,
get the-
Georgia gets the ball.
Yeah.
Thing we gotta,
Both of them are very good at second half adjustments.
the thing we got to do is just make the plays that are there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obvious that they're there. I mean, and we've made a lot of good ones. There's a lot of, it's pressure. You can't be perfect, but just the little things. I think we got to continue to run these RPOs where Stetson's on the corner. He can run our pass, not where he's under, faking to a back and throwing over the middle. When he's on the edge, he's dynamite tonight. I mean, they got no answer for him on the edge. We got to work that edge.
To me, the difference has been talk about making the plays that are available, the ones that you missed. Alabama has made those plays tonight on offense. Not so many on defense,
They
but
made
on
some
offense.
good catches.
Exactly. If
Like
there's
Coach-
any chance, when you look at that Waddle on Monty Rice trying to cover him, Waddle has to catch it over Monty's back, and he makes that play. There's just some big-time plays that you just wish you could get back. They're not missing the opportunities, and Georgia is, but you still have a 4-point lead.
They've had a couple they've missed, but some of it's, because of Georgia's defense. Look, these are two juggernaut teams, and this is what you expect in a game like this, and I don't think anyone thought this was going to be a blowout.
No.
This is going to be a 4-quarter game, and we'll be biting fingernails to see what happens from there. You'd like to see James Cook get involved like he did. You'd love to see Jermaine Johnson back in the mix on defense. And Georgia's defensive backs, I think, have done a pretty good job considering.
Alabama's had 17 first downs. Georgia's had 12. Georgia's 5 of 9 on third down conversions. Alabama's 3 of 7. So Georgia's run 42 plays. Alabama's run 41 plays. Stetson Bennett is 12 of 25, a little under 50% for 177 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 INT. Mac Jones is 15 of 23 for 224 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an INT. So
Shall we take our halftime break?
we shall.
We can say thank you to our friends at Bud Light Seltzer once again as we'll go into this halftime break. This stream will stay active. We will come back just before the second half begins. We will also reshare this on our channels. We ask that you please help us out with that as well. Share this on your social media feed. Call your uncle and say, hey, are you watching what Jim Donnan had to say about the second half? Because this has been awesome for the first
And all those
half.
freaking plays he called before they happen. And if you do, just email me, Radi, R-A-D-I, at UGAsports.com, and I will put you in the running for the $50 Visa gift card.
So we'll be back in probably about 10 minutes, and we will see you then. Thank you to our friends at Bud Light Seltzer. All right, everybody, welcome back. Thank you for watching along with us. I do have my microphone on. I had to double check and make sure. Georgia has a halftime lead of 24-20, and overall, it seemed like there was potential for some more opportunities for Georgia, but you got to be pretty pleased to have a halftime lead, especially against a team as talented as Alabama.
Yeah, I think when you've they have the ball a little bit more, but very even number of plays. Georgia was run 42, Alabama's run 41. Kind of what we expected. Nothing was going to be decided in the first half. Nothing probably be decided by the third quarter. It's going to be, like you said, a 4-quarter game. I know that sounds boring, but I just think anybody that was tuning in expecting this thing to be settled by now was, what the hell were you expecting? I just don't see that. So
I think one of the things that really is saying here is both of the groups that were supposed to be the lesser, their defense has played better than I thought they would, even though they've given up 24 points. And our offense has played not as good as I thought we would. I thought we'd work on them, although we've scored 24,
Yeah. You're on pace to score 48.
But, we're capable of a lot more. And I think our defense is a lot better, capable of covering better. We've made some bad down and distance decisions with our guys out there have not played the ball like they need to on down and distance. We got a penalty one time from Eric Stokes that really hurt us, and we got long yardage play where Campbell's. I just don't think Campbell is good enough to press these guys in the slot. He's got to get off of them a little bit. He's getting beat, and we've done a pretty good job on the outside guys overall. But you got to remember, these three guys are among the better in college football, and all three will be drafted. The Machey kid hadn't caught many; he caught the one. But overall, though, I was hoping we could hold Najee under 100 yards. It's going to be hard to do it. He's got over 80 in the first half, but I'll take. They're about 6 points below their average right now. They're averaging 51, so got 20. But that hurt, that 3 points. That's a possession there that you shouldn't be able to go that far in 23 seconds, but.
Yeah.
I think give them credit the way they executed, though, to get that down the field. It was a very good poised play. And the more we don't rattle Jones, the better he's going to be. We got to rock him a couple times because he was rattled early.
Yeah, you got to him a couple times that first play. You get the interception. And then since then, when you saw him have that pocket, converted a very long third down play. And if you just let him sit there, he's going to pick you apart. The guy's just absolutely killing it. So I do think you got to get some pressure on him. Georgia has the number one defense in the nation. They've given up. They were only giving up 12.8 points a game. They've already given up 20, with more to come, I'm sure. Alabama's used to scoring 51 points at a pop. They've scored 20. So both number ones are behind where they would be, which is expected when you go up against the best the best in the game against your particular best. Neither one is going to come out on top, but I think that Georgia, sitting at 24 points, I go back to those drives, when Georgia started out interception, punt, then it was TD, field goal, touchdown.
So we punted twice, but here it's pretty impressive that, you look at the level of these two teams. And Clemson, there's a decided difference. And of course, we're going to see Ohio State and them, but those three teams are head and shoulders over anybody you've seen today, right?
Oh, absolutely.
This year.
All right, we're going to help you resync your TV with our broadcast. Alabama is kicking off to start the second half.
Let's see if Alabama's adjusted and kicked the ball off to the side a little more. They kicked it the other side of the field, kicked it away from. And he kicked it to White, and we got about as much.
Samir White to the 39.
Special teams for us have been outstanding. That's 4 first downs when you get it out to the 40. Two things I like to see from us: a little more movement in the pocket, early downs with Stetson, where you got the fake in and run pass on the edge, and then use Cook out of the backfield until his nose bleeds.
See, and I'm saying run Kenny Mack till his legs fall off. So
Well, we got Kendall Milton.
Kendall
there.
Milton, the 5-star freshman. You think they're intimating that they're going to start pounding the ball here?
14:54, first offensive play of the second half.
Better snap it. Yep.
Milton with a 7.5, 8-yard gain.
Pounding the ball.
It's a little bit of wrinkle there that we haven't shown a lot. Pulling the guard and tackle. I mean, that's a pretty good power ball there.
Yeah.
14:34, 14:33, 14:32. This is a second screen experience. Watch on your TV, have us on your phone, your laptop, your iPad for our Georgia versus Alabama commentary. 14:20, 14:19.
Oh, all sorts of stuff going on there.
Yeah, that was faking the end around. Kind of a fake reverse.
There's battle.
Yeah, we would be looking at Georgia. If you want to look past this game, I know nobody else is. Georgia normally would be playing Kentucky next week, but that game's been moved back. Georgia's off next week, so it'll be interesting to see how they handle the off week.
13:50.
We got to get through this game, Roddy.
No,
Come
no,
on.
I'm just-
God, you thinking ahead of it.
Yeah.
He's got it. He's got it.
Oh, he lost the ball.
Lost the ball. Oh my.
God, he was going to run for days. Secure the ball, Stetson.
These are those plays that you were talking about going in the half. Those opportunities that Georgia just is not hitting.
Look if he breaks the line there. I
Yeah.
mean, of course, they had a spy on him, but very good to just fall on it.
Yeah.
Keeps the drive like
That's the
second.
thing that hurts you if you throw on first down after you've been running it like that. But, hey, we're not going to do too much except get on the edge here.
I'm just saying their defensive linemen have actually touched the ball more than George Pickens.
Zamir keeps those legs churning. He's powerful, man.
Zola never thought he threw for 224 in the first half.
$12:39, $12:38, $12:37, 3rd and 5. Big third down conversion here that Georgia needs.
Check out the back and the tight ends. That'll tell you a lot about what's going on here. Burton comes in tight.
Oh my goodness. I was gonna say, is it?
That's a good play from the defender.
Yeah, he's in his helmet.
Look at all this time. You got to catch that ball, man. We're going for it here. Call timeout.
Maybe big there to cost the timeout for Alabama. I like that.
They were subbing in their punt team.
I'll tell you, Alabama.
Where's the ball right now? Excuse me.
Yeah,
45?
it's on the 44. On the Alabama 44.
I go for it. I mean, so what? It's a possession.
Yeah.
These little things like that timeout, that's some of the chess match piece of the game that Alabama has struggled with in its losses. If you remember against Auburn last year, it was the same kind of thing to end the game. It wasn't a timeout situation, but more of a substitution situation. That Gus Malzahn, I think he got a penalty off of it, and then that sealed the fate of the game.
Right. I mean, you should have that in your hip pocket defensively, knowing that you don't ever send your punt return team out on the other side of the 50 until you're sure, because, you know, they just wasted one there.
Yeah.
But Nick wasn't there the last couple of days, so
You notice who was cheering the
he
most? when they called timeout?
wasn't able to review that with the little Debbie cakes.
The happiest guy on the field when they called that timeout was Justin Schaefer. He's like clapping and looking at. He gets the strategery, if you will, of the moment. So
I could see us lining up here and trying to draw them off sides without getting under center, see what they do, and then if we get a penalty, then we'll kick it. That might be something we do.
Timothy Howard says, run Bennett to the right. It's been open. There's been some lanes for Stetson Bennett to run, for sure.
There's a great example, though, that we talk about on the podcast of stopping yourself. Drop pass, drop the ball on a big run, Stetson could have had. I think on our possession down throws where we, let's go to our more experienced guys. Go to McKitty, go to Cook, go to people like that. Go to Burton on deeper throws and stuff like that. But you're just inconsistent tonight, great catch for the touchdown, but now we're going to punt it. Get it. Don't go too far. That's good.
there you go.
Make him go 90.
So Alabama's going to get the ball on its own 10-yard line to start. Did y'all hear the music for the Masters just now and that promotion?
When is that? November what?
Less than a month. I think it is a month from this weekend.
I'm sorry, but it just hurts me in my soul because I can't go.
You can go on Sunday.
Closed to fans and patrons.
Yeah.
No, you can tell them you're the...
Sneak on there.
There he goes.
Crossing route, first down, Alabama.
I really wasn't a crossing route. That was an RPO. He faked up inside, and I guess you could call it, but...
No, you're right.
Skinny post.
Yeah. Not everything over the middle is a crossing route, so thanks for catching me.
Yeah.
That's why he's a coach, and I'm a...
These guys attack, going deep.
No.
Nicobe Dean lost his balance.
Devontae Wyatt running him down. Let's go, Decatur.
If you can get that kind of rush on first down, that's pretty impressive. I hope he didn't get hurt there. Well, you always worry about a hurt ankle when you're throwing the ball. Very legal.
Yeah. Oh, his knee kind of drove into the, but he's holding his hip. Hey, football's a rough game, folks. It all hurts.
11:42, third quarter.
Good blocking there.
That's Jalen Waddle out there blocking.
Put
You
some
tell me
pressure
NFL
on
teams
you,
don't
boy.
left out.
No, that's just great blocking. When you just own your guy, you're driving him, that's...
Come on, Webb. That's your play, buddy.
Exactly.
You got to make that tackle.
And Webb's a hitter, too, so... All day. Come on. Flag.
We got defensive interference, holding. Second holding penalty on the dog secondary.
Is this the third or the fourth penalty for Georgia? I know it's at least the third.
It's the second holding.
Yeah.
That is the... Sorry, I'm looking. There'll be the fourth penalty on Georgia.
No, I was talking about holding penalty on second.
I'm answering Dean. But yes, you're right. That is the second holding penalty. Big 15 yards, automatic first downs. Just absolute drive extenders and killers.
A lot of play for Julian Rochester today.
Yeah.
The guy falls for 3 yards.
Yeah. But look at the lean. I mean, to the body lean. He's standing up when he runs, so he can see. And then when he actually gets to the line and gets into traffic, he leans forward, drives those big legs, and takes everybody with him. I mean, if you can push big Julian Rochester 3 yards when you fall. That's a big day.
Working it back out of the backfield. They got him.
Yep. Send in Eric Stokes to blitz.
Tell you what, those Sark and Monken are mixing them up.
Yeah. I mean, they blitzed Eric Stokes off that edge, and Eric was just a fraction too late.
We need them to drop the ball.
No, they make their plays.
You said
What Hudson Johnson?
I was worried Jermaine Johnson might have killed Lewis Seam there. But that's called swarming it.
Impressive drive from Alabama to get down here from their 10.
Yeah.
Love to see a penalty on them.
That's not allowed, Coach. Come on.
Get in
I
the
would just like
game,
to see
Will.
somebody get one penalty for grabbing Ojulari around the neck and yanking him to the ground a couple times.
Jordan Davis and Malik Herring. Man.
Malik Herring was fighting Alex Leatherwood that entire play. Alex was all in his shoulder pads, and he was able to not really fight him off, but fall onto the runner.
Here's their hurry up.
Yeah.
Hit him!
There.
Oh, yeah.
Dean.
Oh,
Look
my
at
goodness.
Dean and Webb with oh, yeah.
That's what I
There's
love.
the gif.
Excuse me for yelling.
No, he's mad.
No excuse needed, Coach.
Again, see, Alex Leatherwood is tackling Malik Herring. He's laying on top of him. That's not a pancake. That's holding and tackling. But Malik was there to kind of cut him off from going.
I tell you what was good on that series right there. First down stop on that little Mickey Mouse pass they threw, and then good tackle on second down.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're right.
this old boy's been rocked this last couple. I mean, he got hit on the sideline and he got hit there. I told you, coming out, we got to hit him some and get him off his mark.
And, Coach, that pass that you're talking about, that was Jalen Waddle, one of the best players in space in the country, and 4 Georgia guys swarmed him before he could get his hips turned the other way to go upfield, and he only got 1 yard. Not many defenses do that.
Well, look, that skinny post, too, early on. Immediate tackle. Dropped him right where he caught it.
Just a great defensive stop from Georgia there after Alabama made some plays and Georgia had a penalty.
So let's go back to the drives. Both teams have had one possession, and both teams have punted. Which, when you go back to
I would say this right now. In all seriousness, somebody needs to send the Western Union on James Cook. We have got to utilize him. I mean, he got over 100 yards in the first half. I know we got these other guys running, but they cannot cover the guy.
No.
And McKitty, the same thing. But that's my only critique right now.
When we did the Tuesday podcast, you mentioned the way to attack them on those underneath was with tight ends and running backs. I put that in my 3-2-1. I didn't give you credit because, you were on our show, so I get to steal it. That's how it works. And you've seen that McKitty's been money, and your running backs have been money.
Right.
So,
well, that was the first time that we punted in the last 5 possessions, though.
Correct.
So, hey, that happens. But we really, anytime you punt the ball and make a team go 90 yards, they're going to stop themselves some too.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
So we just got to establish this end of the field and keep making them go the long haul here. Another thing I like against this team is they don't know who we got in the game right here when we huddle up like that
Yeah.
on the sideline. Good rush by Webb there. We got the same thing. We're on the 8.
Yep.
1st and 10 for Georgia on a 9-yard line. 8:30, third quarter.
2 tight ends to the left.
Big 0792 says, "Don't hit Mac Jones too hard. We don't need to see the backup quarterback."
Oh, that's terrible.
That's probably a good point.
Yeah.
We got the heavy hitters in here, McKinney and Darnell.
Yeah.
2nd and 6, 8:06 third
Oh,
quarter.
that's Fitzpatrick.
8:04, 8:03.
It's a good run.
Yeah. 4 yards and 4 yards.
To me right now, this is the biggest play in the game. Because if we make a first down, there's no telling what's going to happen. If we punt,
Yep.
the way they're moving it, they're going to have great field position unless Kamara really hits one. So,
And Zamir White has 8 carries for 45 yards. He's averaging 5.6 a carry.
he's actually under center here. It could be a naked.
You think? I like that. There's your first down.
That is a tremendous first down.
Yeah.
Three straight runs.
Three straight runs will work.
Hardest thing to do is take it off your own inside your 10 and bring it out.
Yeah.
Just like it's hard to take it from the 10 in, but
Yeah.
step it up now.
But that's what you want. You don't want to do anything stupid. You need to get it off your 9. You're on 3 straight with your big back, and all of a
There we
sudden,
go. We're going deep. Oh, do you see him scoop that one there?
Yeah.
He shielded his body. He learned something.
hey, give Cortez Hankton some love.
Hey, watch the way he goes down and uses his body to get it. That's what you got to do. He done that in the end zone. I like it, Burton. You're growing up.
Yep.
Burton's getting a lot of these catches we've been seeing from Kyrus Jackson in the last few weeks.
Well, teams are having to shadow Kyrus Jackson now because they know that he's that strong number 2, and they're like, well,
We still got Pickens one-on-one. Go to him. Reverse.
Yeah. Saw this play last week.
Go ahead. Get all you can. Hold on to the ball. You should have never stopped.
no, just go. Don't try.
Use your speed.
We see the freshmen do this a lot because in high school they could slam on the brakes, go opposite field, and tear up a big run. You just can't do this in the SEC. Just keep going full speed. Try to beat that guy to the edge. Don't try to juke him.
6 yards is good, though. I like slowing them down.
Plus,
We still got this in our hip pocket. Oh, 4's in the game. Watch out.
Third quarter, 5:50, 5:48, 5:47, 2nd and 6.
He got it.
Just ran out of room.
Oh, man. Ran
Was
out of-
almost the hole there.
We're trying to go
We got
fast.
formation into the boundary here.
No, that's, oh my goodness. Throw it away.
It's a little better than throwing away.
What were you going to call the flag on there, bro? Great play by Bennett there, just avoiding the rush.
Yeah.
He faked the toss into the boundary and ran the boot to the field, but we couldn't get the crossing route underneath it. Did you see him hold
Yeah.
up Fitzpatrick?
Well, it looked like Fitzpatrick fell down.
Right here, coverage, boy. Watch this guy. He's unreal. You ever had one, Kamara? Let's go. Big high ball.
Points in the air. About the 9-yard line.
Go from the 9 to the 9. How far is that? 41 and 41, 82 yards difference. Keep making them go the long way.
Richard Allen says, "Come on, Thunderfoot."
You got it. He thundered. The guy, do you see how much height he got on that?
Yeah, that was
Our net,
stratosphere.
our net punting tonight's been unreal. They did have one return, but they had a block in the back on it. So what's our net right now? What does it say? It's got to be close to 45. She had 4 punts for what?
I'm looking. Doesn't have it on here. Here's it.
I sure would like to see
Special
them turn the
teams.
ball over down here.
Yeah, Jake has punted 4 times for 196 yards, averaging 49 yards a punt, with a long of 58.
What have they returned?
1 for 2 yards.
So you're basically averaging 5 first downs every time you kick it,
Yep.
which you couldn't ask for more. Plus our kickoff returns averaging about, what have we had kickoff returns so far?
You've had 3 for 82 yards, so you're averaging 27 yards a return.
So that's almost 3.
Yeah.
That's 9 first downs.
They've had 1 return for 22 yards.
We're winning the special teams.
Yeah, you got about 60 yards on kick return yards. And Georgia's had no punt return yards.
Trinity Clark says that they think that Georgia should have gone for it there. Look, field position here is just crucial against a team like this.
Gone for it there, backed up like that?
I understand some people wanting to be aggressive, but that's reckless. You want to give your defense a chance to stop these guys.
I mean, right here, this team, you give them the ball there. If we don't make it, you look at risk and reward. To me, the reward there was the punt, but
Well,
definitely against if we hadn't stopped them all night.
well, you also got the you got to remember, folks, what you saw in the first half. A lot of that has changed. You have 2 teams that are very good at making second half adjustments. You know,
Question about why didn't Kenny McIntosh get a carry on that drive? And,
You can't give it to all of them.
yep.
You got them stacked again.
That punt was so good.
Look
to
at
get them back here.
Yeah.
I mean, see, that right there is why you punt the ball, because now Alabama's going to have a second and long deep in its own territory.
Yep.
It just makes it so hard to convert from there. Now, they can do it with their offense, but here come the Tar Heels fighting back against Florida State. All right, there's 4:24, 4:23, 4:22. Third quarter, it's 2nd and 9 for Alabama.
Again, they got the formation in the boundary.
Yeah. Nolan Smith is about to.
Oh, touchdown.
Oh, wow.
Fall down. Who fell down?
There's Waddle.
Who fell down?
I couldn't tell.
I didn't
I
see
think
the
it was
number from the
Tyson
long view.
Campbell.
Shit.
That's the big play that Alabama can make. It was
That was
Tyson
him.
Campbell.
Yeah.
He wasn't even pressing him.
I thought Leatherwood could have been called for a hold here, but I guess they were.
No, he's been holding all night.
Holy smoke.
All right, so Alabama's going to take a 3-point lead, assuming this extra point goes through, and it does.
Yep.
So Alabama leads Georgia 27-24. 4 minutes left in the third quarter. That's why you got to take advantage of the offensive opportunities, because these guys score quickly.
Tyson was looking inside for some reason.
I don't know that if he hadn't fallen, he would have been with him step for step.
A couple of people said, was he pushed? I don't think so. I think he lost his footing.
You know, here's the thing. That's your best corner.
Yep.
Big plays.
I do want to give a big shout out to our friends at Athens Ford. When you want something reliable, get a Ford F-150, one of the most sold truck in the U.S. Right now, you get a 2020 Ford F-150 XLT 302A Crew Cab for $14,000 off. They have 147 different ones of them out at Athens Ford, so you can hit up any of those. If you go to their website, you'll get a $250 off coupon. But again, lots of times when I go for a long drive, sometimes I will rent a truck or rent a car, and I like taking that Ford F-150. It's just a fantastic truck to drive. The 2020 is a great one, and I'll take one down to my condo and haul a bunch of stuff down there. But if you don't want anything that big, you can get the Ford Fusion. That is $8,000 off at Athens Ford. Or if you don't want to get the $8,000 off, you can get 0% APR financing for 60 months. 5 years, 0% APR financing. You'll still get a bunch of it off. You just won't quite be the $8,000. So if you want a 2020 Ford Fusion, great sedan car, jump on that. If you want the 2020 Ford Explorer, I have the 2016, but if you want to get the 2020, the Limited, which is a great trim package on it, the 202A and the Limited, both are $9,000 off, or you can get the 0% APR financing for 60 months. So, great vehicles. Like I said, the Fusion, $8,000 off. The F-150, $14,000 off. The Ford Explorer, $9,000 off. If you want something compact, though, try the Ford Escape. It's a little bit smaller than the Explorer. $8,000 off, or the 0% APR financing for 60 months. So
I was impressed with the amenities that you were telling me they had in there when you were getting your.
Dude, the service station is unreal. Wi-Fi, clean, free snacks, free drinks. Just can't beat it.
They just blew the whistle dead on this kickoff that was short.
Who is back there?
30?
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing.
I'm like, Tate Crowder ain't back there. What's going on?
Tate's with the Giants.
Was that an inadvertent whistle or what?
Maybe they kicked before they
Who is 30 for us?
That's what we were looking up.
I'm looking them up. They've had some guys switch jerseys, which is kind of throwing me off. There's not a 30 on the roster. Kyrus Jackson? He switched
Maybe
jerseys?
There's no one with a name on that. Did he rip a jersey or something?
See, we weren't lined up.
Yeah. There was a little push there.
A little bit of a bust there. So Jackson down 30.
It looks that way. Yeah, we knew Demetrius Robertson had switched around numbers, but
Yeah, Demetrius is wearing 80. I think Jalen Johnson's wearing 23.
Cook in there for you, Coach.
There you go.
There's Burton again. Wow, what a day for the freshman.
I'll tell you, get right back in it.
Yeah, that was Kyrus Jackson in the 30 jersey.
Yeah.
You got to keep running here after you catch it. Don't.
He keeps wanting to juke people. I'm like, dude, just go. Step on the gas.
We got 4 in there. That's gonna hurt them.
What are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about, Coach.
First down, Georgia.
Leave him in.
Yeah, why do they keep pulling him? He keeps getting these huge plays.
What makes him so dynamic, Coach?
You got some jets, man.
Simple enough.
Sees him again. Oh, Stetson. Yeah,
That's a smart quarterback.
that was smart.
It's be huge to answer this challenge.
All right, there's 3:06 left in the third quarter. It's 2nd and 10 for Georgia after that throwaway pass.
About time to hit Pickens. Well, he took Hill Cook out.
Yeah,
Got McKitty,
wants to pound a little bit.
Samir White.
He was going to him. You got to get away from him, George. At least they had it right. He's going to go to him. I like to see him run a slant. He just keep trying to run a fade on the guy. He's all over him.
Try to explode through that, see if you can get you a pass interference penalty somehow. All right, 3rd and 10. Got time.
Oh, my goodness.
Tipped and picked. That's
Tip.
at 45.
Is that ball tipped?
That ball was
Yeah.
tipped and then intercepted at the 2. But in real time, it looked like there was opportunity for a catch, and it went off some hands. I don't know how many hands we're about to see.
Was that Burton?
Burton.
Yeah.
It looked like 10's back in there. I mean, what would he put a 30 on him to run the kickoff by?
That doesn't make any sense.
Because the other 10 is Malik Herring.
Well, that was
I know that was Karras. I'm saying why you would have to switch 10. Like, would Malik be in on those kickoffs too?
Why would he be the one returning the kicks? I mean, he's kind of a punt guy. You've got-
throwback.
Tell you, this is where you got to have something happen here.
Yeah, you got to be able to switch it back. I mean, you think when go back to the first play of the game when Georgia gets the interception with Richard LeCount, and then boom, you know, Alabama gets an interception.
Yo-yo. God knows they're just making every play possible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When,
Underthrows, jumping for the ball. Just
no, you need to challenge that.
whenever the field's wet, slipping.
Mark Webb got in there for that tackle. Got to try to hold him to a field goal here if you can.
He caught.
Yeah, he caught that ball. Had that wrist underneath it. All right, 2nd and 7.
You know, when he ran that fade to Pickens, he got to
Yeah, he's got to
win that.
be more physical. Get off that guy.
148 in the 3rd, 147, 146. Waddle in
You need
motion
a
down
turnover
low.
here.
Coming back.
It's way to be there.
That's
Richard
it, Richard
LeCount.
LeCount.
Beautiful.
All right.
They've got so many ways to get Waddle involved. Big 3rd down here.
So basically, they've had 13 unanswered points, right? We had them 24-17.
Yes, sir.
Love to see pick here.
1 minute left in the 3rd. No flag. No
That's
flag.
coming.
Oh.
Told you.
That's a terrible
Hey.
football.
Yeah, that's garbage.
That's a terrible football. Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Boy, I don't know about that one.
That's a bullshit call.
Wow.
So we talked about how they gonna call it.
What else is he supposed to do? That's ridiculous. That's the difference in a 1-score and a 2-score game.
It's a bullshit call. It is. That's just. I mean, that's you. You've seen the Georgia wide receivers get that same hand fighting, the push offs and stuff like that. They don't get the flag, but then you get that little ticky tack thing. That's terrible.
I'm rarely blame the refs guy. Referees just gave Alabama 4 points.
Yep.
Now, I don't do that.
That was 3rd down too,
That's what I'm saying.
wasn't it?
It'd have
Yes,
been a
sir.
field goal, and then they got the touchdown. Good on you, Eric Stokes. You played that well. between
Where,
that.
where was the ball when we had that interception? About 25?
Yeah, about the 25.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I wish you'd have Gene Sarator talk about that.
Yeah. Georgia's on their 25.
Between those 4 points on that referee call, and then whatever happened before the half, that's a touchdown
Yeah.
with that spike.
That's 17 unanswered points.
Amari Carmichael asked, "Can I sue?" You can try.
Can he what?
Can he sue? Can he sue the referees?
Well,
Sidney Jackson says this is the Saban effect. You got to beat the refs and the team.
we were right there. We were answering a call on this tough catch there. That's what happens when you throw it over the middle. You got to live and die with it when it tip passes. I just don't understand when we get in the red zone, we don't use Cook.
It's mind-boggling, Coach. It really is.
He's gone to Burton 3 times to what they have him.
This is I feel Georgia's really missing Dominic Blaylock. You know, because
Yeah,
he would have been that other guy that you would be throwing those passes to, and you know how solid he is in his blocking and his catching.
He's changing jerseys every time, I guess. Here goes
Speed.
Harris.
Oh, I think he has to change jerseys because I think Malik Herring is on the kick return team.
That's what I was saying. He would take off his 10.
Why was he doing that earlier in the year?
Because he hasn't been on kick coverage. It's always been Kenny Mack back there. So now
Was
moved
Kenny
Herring.
Mack hurt or something?
I don't know.
We haven't seen him in a while.
This guy's got about 300 some yards passing now, hasn't he? First rushing touchdown since 2018.
Yeah, Mac Jones, 397 yards passing.
Delay of game.
God knows.
How do you? That's just moronic.
All right, 1st and 15, 42 seconds left in the third quarter. Going deep. He's got it. Oh, it just.
He's damned and determined that they're going to throw it to Jermaine Burton.
He had him beat. He overthrew him.
I mean, if that's who's open, fine.
No, I got it.
But I mean, I agree. Every pass is going to him. Had George breaking.
Yeah, George 1-on-1 again. So now you're looking at 2nd and 15. You stand a really good chance here of this game getting away from you. It's 14 points off of turnovers for Alabama.
There you go.
23 in offense. Is that Jalen Johnson?
Yes, sir.
He came in motion there across the
Yeah.
formation. He's not a scholarship player.
He is not.
Oh, let's go over this one.
That was a rough third quarter. Can't believe the Georgia secondary is giving up 397 yards passing, 3 touchdowns.
Goes pretty quick when you hit a 90-yarder, though.
Yep.
All right, let's see if the Dogs have any fourth quarter magic. I mean, it's never easy
Nope.
against Alabama. I'm scrolling through Twitter right now, and it's 100% consensus that pass interference call was ridiculous.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of the national pundits, who don't have a dog in the fight. They don't care one way or the other, but they are very, very.
You can't make that call in a close game.
No.
It's got to be.
Kendall Milton's father, Chris Milton, tweeted that review was just review. I thought he meant the fumble. Anyway, he was saying the review earlier Georgia had was as bogus as Nick Saban's coronavirus test.
I'm just thinking because
we go over situations in the third quarter. We had the 3rd and 2 we didn't make, and we had to punt it. Just when the ball was tipped, man, a lot of what ifs tonight.
what makes it worse though is you go back to the Tyler Simmons call, being offsides and stuff like that. It just feels like you remember the ones that you go against you. You forget the ones that kind of go for you, And it just feels. I'm seeing a lot of folks saying, "Look, when you play Alabama, like you said, you got to play Alabama and the referees." It's 18 on 11.
Didn't you say we threw one? How many? Garris caught one pass in the first half.
Yeah,
And
caught one.
None this half, right?
Correct.
Have we even thrown him one?
I don't think so. We've been targeting the heck out of Jermaine Burton.
McKitty and Cook. I don't understand it.
Trey McKitty has 1 catch for 10 yards. Cook has 4 catches for 101, but again, that was all
Is
in
he
the first.
counting this half?
Nope, it's all in the first. Zamir White's averaging 5.7 yards a carry. He's got 10 carries for 57 yards. But yeah, I haven't seen Kenny McIntosh after he had 2 carries, and I've not seen him since.
It must be hard if he's not on the kickoff
Yeah.
return.
Someone's asking for penalty yards for both teams. Georgia has 5 penalties for 42 yards. Alabama 3 for 13. Georgia has 2 turnovers. Alabama has 1. Alabama has 476 yards of total offense. Georgia has 374.
Yeah.
And frankly, the 2 interceptions that Stetson has, I don't really think they were bad passes. One was the tip ball at the line of scrimmage early.
Yeah.
But the second was,
It was high, but
I thought it was catchable.
That's my point. I was about to say it was high, but when it goes through one hand and hits the other, it's like, come on. That's why, again, we saw him make that catch in the end zone for his first touchdown. Jermaine Burton, that heck of a play. This is a kid. They all work those jug machines.
He's got a leading receiver tonight, ain't he? How many has he got?
No, it's still Zamir White.
How many yards is he? How many times he caught the ball?
He's has 4, just like James Cook.
But James had the 1 catch for 80.
Right.
This is huge right here.
So George Pickens has 4 catches. Burton has 4.
Well, here's
Cook has
Cook
4.
in the backfield.
And he's wide open. Oh, no, never mind. He is not.
Nice play. Oh,
Oh,
shit.
my God.
It's a bad interception.
That was bad.
And they just drilled Stetson Bennett with a
What's the flag?
spearing or a targeting.
Who's he throwing that one to?
Penalty flag. Stetson Bennett just threw an interception.
Watch Stetson after the.
Block in the back is the call.
Yeah, okay. I saw him drop his head. It looked like he targeted Stetson, but yeah, he hit Stetson in the back.
Well, I said all that about Stetson because I actually thought he was playing a good game, but that
Yeah.
didn't work out.
This is what I was worried about. I said a second ago. Just
Jordan Rogers predicted he'd throw 3 touchdown passes and have 3 interceptions. I don't know what he's doing there. Oh, man.
yeah, I did. I thought he was chucking it way downfield, and it looked to be 20 yards shorter than I expected.
Well, part of that was the pass rush.
Yeah.
You try to make something happen.
How do you not get a hold on there about
You
saying
might.
Richard LeCount was being held like crazy by Miller Forrestall?
Hope they stop themselves there.
And Miller, I love the guys when they act like they didn't do anything wrong.
God.
Yeah.
Can the defense bail out Georgia and give the offense a chance? All right, 14-19, 14-18, 14-17. We're in the fourth quarter. Alabama leads 34-24. It's 2nd and 15.
We can't press these guys every down, man.
So that's going to be another pass interference, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Yep.
Three.
Yep.
I don't know why you keep trying to press that guy at the line of scrimmage. Just back off of him.
I mean, we talk about Dan Lanning being super aggressive. We talk about all the blitz packages he brings. The nickel blitz, the corner blitz, and pressing receivers at the line. It's high risk, high reward, but the risks are just getting you burned.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have 500 yards passing if it looks like.
Yeah.
And those penalties are happening on 2nd and 3rd down, which just.
Yeah.
But that's the second time they've run the slot. They ran the touchdown pass in the first half.
Najee Harris just crossed it. He's 103 yards rushing and a touchdown.
Yep. Mac Jones with 397 yards passing.
Barking Spider says too much time for Mac Jones. He's picking the secondary apart.
Yep.
It's a good tackle there.
Yeah.
You're going to get time when you run play action, though. You guys got 100 yards rushing.
Yep. When they can run it, they are going to. It's going to open up that, like you said, open up that play action, get all day. Because it works.
Running over here.
Yeah.
Pretty easy first down.
Yeah. Like you were saying, Coach, run it over here. That was
Go behind Leatherwood in space.
the bottom of the screen with all those, with your extra blocker there. Seal the edge.
I mean, that's Alex Leatherwood on Channing Tindall. Just a mismatch.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Alex Leatherwood has legs the size of most people's arms. Nolan Smith corrals him.
Alabama's putting the hammer down now.
Yeah, you smart. Use clock.
He knows he's up by 2 scores. So you're in the fourth quarter. He's going to hammer and tong him.
They hadn't thrown a pass, but except for the interference.
schedule note, Georgia was scheduled to play next week. That did change, so Georgia will play Kentucky Halloween weekend. So we will not be doing a show next week because there's no game.
Gonna run to the right.
That's what I was talking about. Just if you don't win this one, you got to stew with it for 2 years. 2 weeks.
Maybe
Right.
2 years. I don't know.
Nah. Well, they ran to the left and still got it.
Yeah, I meant to say left. I meant the right of our defense.
Sure, you did, Coach. Sure. You're right. I know exactly what you meant. You just saw the way they lined up. They ran to the strong side because it's there.
It's good defense.
Yeah.
It's going to be second down.
You're just killing the clock.
It's about a 5-minute march so far. 9.
This is what I said in the 3-2-1, Coach. Who's going to get the calls from the refs when you have all those that hand fighting and pass interference?
He caught that.
He did.
That's a hell of a catch.
That was
on Stokes too, huh?
Yep.
I mean, you got to give credit when it's due.
That was a hell
Those
of a-
receivers are just out of this world.
Kid's accurate.
What do we say, Coach? You can't have penalties and turnovers, and that's what Georgia's had. I mean, that's NFL quality.
That's just great play.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how you defend that.
Hell of a day from Mac Jones, throwing for 410 yards on this defense.
Trying to win the Heisman.
He'd be the first Alabama quarterback to do it. And there aren't many Heisman candidates right now. Not
Well,
that I'm
number
seeing.
one's down there in Clemson, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Golly, just one step.
Yeah. I mean, Stokes is right there. The only thing you can do is turn around and bat the ball away, but that's not what they're teaching him to do.
So we had them 24-17, and now they've scored 24.
Mm-hmm. "24 unanswered points. Crazy."
Chuck Ward said Georgia had its chances. Yeah, Georgia did. Turnovers killed Georgia in this game. Those
Yep.
interceptions. Couple inaccurate passes. Georgia's passing game still has a little ways to go, but there's a lot of talented guys. In
I
this
think
offense.
a lot of it was not the interception. It's just the lack of execution. The plays that were there,
Yeah.
we never made them. Look, every play they had to make, where that guy fell forward and caught the ball, on that drive. Their receivers have made every catch, no drops, right?
Correct. Well, no, there was one. Waddle had one in the first half.
Yeah, I guess that was a drop. And then, it's like on the last drive, Burton was breaking open, he overthrew him. Lay it up there. That's one thing about this little Mac Jones. It's like Rollins said, 69% on guys 1 or 2 yards on the open. Just
And
inexplicable to me about the one thing, though, is what's happened to James Cook.
Because he's been dynamic for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of, here's the highlight.
And I don't understand just throwing the ball when Ole Miss ran on them for 268 yards, as Jason Butt points out.
Well, some of
What'd he
those
say?
passing opportunities have been there. I mean,
Yeah.
just haven't been completed.
Oh, he hit that 90-yard pass where people fall down.
Well, look, at the end of the day, I expected Alabama to score high 30s into the 40s just because of its offense. Georgia's offense was going to have to score far more than 24. And in fact, I thought Georgia would have to get some defensive scores to win this game.
Yeah.
And that hasn't happened either. Hard to do against Alabama.
But I mean, is that 21 points off of turnovers?
That's such a good. Everything about that was beautiful. Pass and catch. And he took the hit.
Yeah.
Georgia's beating him up tonight. He's a good player, though.
There's Robertson in.
Cook's back there.
My God. It's the 400th tip ball of the night.
Cody Cater asks, where is JT Daniels? He is not the backup quarterback either. A lot of complaints about Georgia's quarterback play, and
Yes.
when you have 3 interceptions, that's to be expected.
That's a pretty good stat right there.
I missed that. What was it?
17 points in the second half. They scored 68 in the 3 meetings.
Yeah, Georgia had been a much better second half team than a first half team so far this season.
Had a way to get out on it.
Got to play quick here. See, that's a good
First-
pass into an open spot. Good catch.
Yeah. They just wish he could be able to keep his feet and. Yeah.
8-18, 8-17, 8-16. We're in the fourth quarter. Another tip ball.
One thing they do, well coached, is if they're doubled up, they just stand there. See these guys? That's what you should do. Get your hands up.
Really wasn't a whole lot open there that I saw, anyway.
All right, 431 block passes.
Is that official or unofficial?
Unofficial.
Okay. Milton goes out in motion. So he stepped up into a
Yeah.
pressure there.
It's actually first sack of the night, isn't it?
Flag on the play.
Holding on them finally.
What? I thought that was.
Is this a makeup call?
Yeah, I didn't think that was allowed. Jesus. He threw him to the ground.
Let me grab him face mask, George. All right, 8 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Alabama leads 41-24. Cook motions out to an empty set. Rosemead, Jack Saint makes the catch. .7:30 left in the fourth.
Oh, wow.
Nothing for James Cook.
If Bennett holds on to that ball, Coach.
We haven't really tried any of those in the second half where we
Yeah.
rolled him out much.
So Jason Butt points out Alabama allowed 268 yards to Ole Miss, but Georgia to this point has opted for 34 passes and 28 runs. Granted, now you have to throw it because you're down so far.
6:49 left in the game.
So that guy can just lay on top of Kieras?
Got to get half of it here now. Don't have to get it all. This is where they're going to tee off on you.
3rd and 14, 6:45 left in the football game. Not going to run
That's
for
half
14,
of it.
Stetson.
There's that.
Tell you the two momentum plays in this game. You had
The reason you go for field goal here is you got to get 3 scores, so
Yeah.
get the 3.
you got to
He
make the
missed
kick,
it
though.
too. No.
His second half's just been a disaster.
Starting with the first drive of the second half, we had a chance to get points and ended up punting on 4th and 2. When it rains, it pours right now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
If I was Nick, I'd get Jones out of the game.
I think about 2 critical plays of the second half. The tipped interception that, Georgia was knocking on the door to get points, and that turns into great field position for Alabama on the run back.
Yep.
And then the other was the pass interference call that kept
Made them
Alabama.
kick a field goal.
Yeah.
We would have had a field goal there when we had the tip, and they would have, not necessarily we'd have made it, but same thing with them. They would have had to kick a field goals. But
So, that's
it's a tighter game than a score shows right now.
Yeah, it definitely is.
But
Those 2 plays alone, at minimum, is a 7-point swing.
Yeah.
And it's probably more than that. Plus whatever happened at the end of the first half. But,
Yeah.
Alabama's made plays when
Oh, yeah. They're all the team.
receivers.
Yeah.
Their receivers are just.
They catch everything.
The other thing is inordinate amount of tip balls.
Yeah.
yeah.
He hadn't been bothered with that, but started the game out with it.
Yeah.
Really, the one bad interception, but other than that,
Well, for the state of Georgia, I must say, no pressure, Atlanta Braves.
Yeah.
It might be one of the worst weekends in a while.
they got one more game now?
I got Game 7 tomorrow. The Atlanta Falcons play too, but they've already fired the coach. So how much worse could it get?
No, they'll probably win out the rest of the game so they don't get a good draft
So they
pick.
ruined the draft pick?
Yeah.
You're right. They're in a must-lose situation.
So is Cook got a pass in this half?
No, sir.
He was throwing that one to him as tip, I guess.
Yeah.
James Garrett says, you take the recruiting classes, why does Alabama continuously get the best of Georgia considering the talent is there? Let's say as a whole, these are close ball games. And as
Yeah.
Coach just said, this score is a little bit further off than what this game was.
There's
got
21,
six.
there's 21 points off of turnovers. Take away those, you're looking at Alabama 20, Georgia 24. And what would Georgia have done with those possessions that went to Alabama in interceptions? So,
Well, I mean, we hadn't done anything on offense this half.
yeah. But Georgia's had one bad half in every game.
The defense gave up some big plays tonight. There he goes.
And that's the game right there.
The beautiful thing, and this is me trying to find positives about the situation here. The loss is about as inconsequential in terms of your season goals through the end of the year as it possibly could be, because it's very likely, if you take care of your business, you'll see this team again in Atlanta.
Yeah, nobody in the West is going to stop these guys.
I still think Alabama could drop a game somewhere. Just this SEC schedule,
To
man.
who?
Who are they going to drop to?
I mean, all the teams that they face are terrible.
I'm saying they shouldn't have lost to Auburn last year either, and they did. And I'm not saying Auburn's going to beat them this year. Auburn's got a lot of problems. But I'm saying it's not a cakewalk through the SEC. I don't care the talent differential.
I'm just saying they went up against the number one defense in the nation tonight and just boat raced them. And their mediocre defense pulled off three turnovers.
That's fair.
Granted, they're not going up against the most powerhouse offense either, but
The other thing that Alabama can do is once they get that little bit of a lead, they can lay the hammer down with a guy like Najee in that offensive line. And we've seen Georgia have the ability to do that, but you got to have that second half lead for that to even be.
I would like to look at how many times Georgia has lost a game when they've missed a field goal, especially against a top 10 team.
When they what?
When they've missed a field goal.
Well, this game was over when they missed.
It's not this game, Coach. There's many games. I go back to the LSU games and other Alabama games, and it seems like even your Billy Bennett's, your Rodrigo Blankenship's, they only missed a game or missed a field goal in the most clutch games. It's just I've always wondered about that stat because it just seemed to be there. You know, it doesn't feel like they'd missed one against a ULM or against a Vanderbilt.
That's true. Just missed a lot of opportunities on the passing game just tonight.
Tristan West says that if we played Alabama 10 more times, we would lose 10 more times. I disagree.
No.
I really do.
Imagine if that line, that push. Yeah.
Look at that. 2 receivers, 320 yards.
Hmm. And to think this is, one of your best secondaries that you've ever had at Georgia.
In my game prediction, I did say Alabama. I said Alabama would score 40 points. I was close.
Yeah.
I said Georgia would score 42 because I thought there would be some defensive scoring. I didn't think Georgia's offense could score that much on Alabama, but I did think that the defense would find a way to get some scores.
Well, all you got to do is score twice in the second half. You scored 24. We did nothing after.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you look at that.
We had one drive in the second half that really good, and then
most of the complaints I see are about the quarterback play.
shit.
But that's the easy thing to point to.
And I don't think this loss is all on Georgia's quarterback.
Especially when you look at all the tip passes, people are going to count those.
He threw one bad pass that was for a turnover, but he missed some too. But look who he's going against. Can you imagine what if you had a statue back there? Look at all the plays he made with his feet.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about drives, Coach. Georgia's second half drives: 5 plays punt, 7 plays punt, 5 plays interception, 3 plays interception, 9 plays missed field goal.
And frankly, I'll just be blunt about this. From what I know and from what I've seen, these fans in the chat that are saying Georgia needs a quarterback change, there ain't a better option on this roster. Not right now. But some of that's my opinion of the potential that Stetson has.
Yeah.
So there's your ball game. Georgia's going to lose 41-24. 17-point loss.
Need to check Nick's temperature.
Yep. Najee Harris runs for 152 yards.
How big was that at the end of the first half when they got the field goal? Seriously.
It was
So
clutch.
again, it changes the whole mindset of the game.
I'm going to go read about that rule because I was under the assumption that was going to be over with.
Well, what they're saying was that there was 4 seconds on the clock when they reached the first down. The player was down with 4 seconds. The clock is supposed to stop so they can reset the chains, which gives them time to spike the ball.
Well, when I look at this tomorrow and we start developing our film, don't lie, we'll see what some of these passing plays look like.
Yeah.
Alabama's got a good team, man. And Georgia hung with them for quite a while and had a chance to win this game. Needed to make some plays early in the second half and extend some drives. It didn't happen. Alabama's going to score points, period.
Yep.
I actually thought, especially in the first half, the defense did a pretty good job.
Yeah, we had a good kicking game. Our running game was pretty good overall, not great, but our inability to throw and catch it, was there. I mean, either guys were open, we missed them, or we dropped them, or we didn't. We're just not as good throwing the ball as they are.
Yeah.
No
one's as good as throwing the ball as they are.
They had just incredible execution.
Yeah.
We rattled the guy some. I mean,
But no, you nailed it when you talk about just the pure execution. And here's the thing: when Kirby Smart's going to be asked about it, he's like, "Hey, we didn't make the plays, we didn't execute," and people are going to say that's taking the easy way out. That's blaming the players. That's the number one hit whenever the coaches say we didn't execute.
Yeah, well, we sure didn't do some of the things in the second half we did the first half as far as cook, and for some reason we didn't even utilize. The guy caught 11 passes last week, but I don't know what the coverage were, so I'm never going to second guess that part. But I do feel like the issue with their defense is over the middle. That's what Ole Miss scored 49 points on them, and their tight ends and running backs got almost 350 yards.
Yeah, you completed 2 passes to the tight ends.
Well, we're about to find out what the season is for Georgia because, as we've said, with no game next week.
You only targeted tight ends 3 times. You threw once to McKitty, once to Fitzpatrick, and once to Darnell Washington.
Yeah.
You threw to Jermaine Burton 11 times. He caught 4 of them. George Pickens was your leading receiver with 5 catches for 53 yards. James Cook, all in the first half, had 4 catches for 101 yards. He was targeted 5 times. And Keiris Jackson had 2 catches, and he was targeted 7 times. So if you look at Jermaine Burton and Keiris Jackson, they had 6 catches on 18 targets. Stetson with 6 carries for 12 yards. Now, how many didn't you say in the Alabama losses the quarterbacks had, 40, 50 yards?
Yeah.
Rushing?
But a couple times there when he started to run, that one time they knocked the ball out of his hand.
Yeah.
And we didn't ever do anything on the edge like we did the first half, the second half either with him, faking and rolling out a lot. But, hey.
I just think that UGA has one good half in them each game so far.
That's a fair statement.
At this point, although Auburn was really kind of sitting on it the second half, but the other three, I agree.
Well, we'll have a ton of coverage on UGAsports.com, our analysis, post-game coverage from Kirby Smart and players, and that'll continue through the week. Radi, I know you got a ton of other stuff we can plug because the work's just beginning for a lot of what we're doing. We'll have the Tuesday podcast where we talk about what's going on with UGA Sports Live and kind of rehash some of this with a couple of days to think about it. We'll have the Around the League podcast on Thursday to talk about what's going on in the SEC. So a lot to look forward to, even though Georgia is not playing next week.
Georgia's not playing next week. They'll get to, gear up for Kentucky and then turn around and take on Florida.
Home stretch from there.
Yeah. So with a lot of teams in the...
So how many total yards do they have? 400 and some passing. They have 600 yards?
No,
564.
564. They had 417 yards passing and 147 yards rushing.
And what was his percentage throwing?
Georgia had 414 total yards.
Mac was 24 of 32.
Yeah.
You know, all right,
It was about 75%.
Those key stats that I said, turnovers, teams that beat Alabama have virtually 0. And Georgia had 3.
And could have had more. Stetson fumbled the ball and had to jump on top of it.
Teams against Alabama tend to have around 4 penalties. Georgia had 6. Teams against Alabama have some quarterback rushing yards. Stetson had 12.
Yeah.
Just didn't play clean enough football.
Plus third down conversions are over 50%. We weren't that.
Georgia was 7 of 16 on third down.
And Alabama was 6 of 11 on third down. Georgia ran 70 plays to Alabama's 76. The time of possession, Alabama possessed the ball 34 minutes to Georgia's 26. So, an 8-minute differential.
Yeah, they had that. You know, you just that fourth quarter drive was the difference.
Yeah, I know. I'm just.
Jermaine Burton was targeted 11 times. He had 4 receptions. George Pickens was targeted 7 times. He had 5 receptions. James Cook was targeted 5 times. He had 4 receptions. Kearis Jackson was targeted 7 times and had 2.
Now that's what I was saying earlier. When you had Jermaine Burton and Kearis Jackson, you threw to them 18 times, and they had 6 catches.
33%.
Yeah.
For Alabama, Devonta Smith and Jalen Waddle were targeted a combined total of 20 times. They ended up with 17 catches.
Yep.
That's just damn good passing attack.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Georgia fans are most frustrated about is that while it's, I think, a little bit better than it was last year, the passing, especially when you see a team like Alabama that's all world at it, passing attack's just not where Georgia needs it to be for some explosive plays sometimes. I think that's the frustration, and I think that's fair. I don't know if there's too much more we can rehash, guys.
No.
On this one.
That's just one you got to put it to bed, put it behind you, realize what you did wrong. You work on that for 2 weeks. You get yourself together, and try to stay safe out there. And you get Alabama showed you what you have to work on. It's like, and don't read those press clippings. The defense that is so highly touted. You just gave up 40 points, so. Got your work cut out for you against a good Kentucky team that we saw just absolutely drag Tennessee today. You got to take on Florida, which is always tough down in Jacksonville. So you got to win those the next 2 coming up, and put yourself in a position. Think about it. You win those 2, you pretty much punch your ticket for going back to Atlanta, just because
Kentucky gonna be physical.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Kentucky's playing some defense right now, too.
Yeah.
Telling you, this all SEC schedule, man. There aren't breaks. You got to look
I
at some
wonder
of
if
the.
McIntosh got hurt. Didn't even see him there for.
Yeah.
Shall we wrap this, guys?
We shall.
And then we'll be back.
Appreciate everybody hanging in there. Not much you can say after that. I mean,
A big shout out to our friends at Athens Ford. Again, if you need anything done on your vehicle, swing out there and have them take care of it. You can go ahead and get your spot online. You say, look, this is what I want done, and this is the time I want it done. You drop it off. Best waiting room you'll ever have. Fantastic Wi-Fi, free drinks, free coffee, snacks, clean beyond compare. It's I get more work done there than I would in my own office, and it's definitely cleaner and has better snacks. So check out our friends at Athens Ford. Swing by their website. Let them know that we sent you if you go by there and buy a car. We'd really appreciate it. And big shout out to Leon Farmer and the folks at Bud Light Seltzer. Get the original pack or get the remix pack of these fantastic Bud Light Seltzers. 100 calories, 5% alcohol by volume, 1 gram of sugar.